KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the Morning, live from Los Angeles, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is R&R in the morning. The primary R of the day is renewed. He's Rudy Johnson. I am Rob Thompson, coming to you live from Los Angeles, beautiful downtown LA, as we are here for Super Bowl 56, day 2 of our Radio Row coverage.
Did you just call me by my government? I don't think anybody's ever done that on the radio. Did you catch that, Karl? Did you catch that?
Is that the name on your credential?
I did. I was just doing
an email
regarding you guys. I
was like, Rudy Johnson, who is that?
Now, there goes that
I'm
picture.
trying to stay on the run from the FBI. And
the post office.
Dude, you call me by my government, bro. Like, shout out to Paul Kent, too. He's the first one on StreamYard every morning.
Paul must have a morning gig.
He has to.
Or a 3-month-old baby. One of the.
Shout out to Paul. But yeah, my government, Rob, really?
I don't know where that came from, my brother.
It's all good.
I don't know where that came
Karl,
from.
did you catch it, though?
Yeah. I figured it's because it's your name on your credential, right? Lift that up for everybody to see what a Super Bowl credential is like.
It says Rudy Johnson.
But it was in regard. We're trying to go to this thing at the SoFi Stadium today,
right?
Which is for we're going to test the food. They're going to show off the Super Bowl food and give us a chance to walk through that palatial.
I want to see it.
We've been flying over here when we come to training camp, and I've watched this thing get built over the last 3 years. It started out as a 100-foot hole because it's on the landing
is it such
pad.
a hole?
It was huge because I think the stadium is one of those where you get up to it and you walk into the stadium midway or upper deck and you go down. It looks like. So it's on the landing path when you come into LAX. So I remember one year it was a big hole, the next year it was less of a hole, and another year you started to see the infrastructure. And then last year we missed, or the year before we had missed training camp, and then flying in this year, that beautiful stadium. I'm excited.
Dude, Jason got an awesome picture of it from the plane.
Yeah. Well, it's directly on the landing path, and you have to be on the left-hand side of the plane to see it. So he was in the perfect place.
In the perfect spot. And he's a window guy. I'm an aisle guy.
I have to be.
I got thighs. I need to be on the aisle.
And I figured out how you can open up or lift up the armbar on the.
But then when you start the flight, they're like, "I need you to put that down until we fly." I'm like, dude,
as long as I can slide in and out,
because I need my armrest down when I leave when we get in the air.
Because despite my best efforts with Dr. Torres and the IFF, I do have some mud flaps.
You got some hips.
I got some hips. I got some girth.
It's all good.
So yeah, I'm an aisle guy, and I have to be on the left side so I can get my right leg straight. I'm one of those old men that I got to straighten my leg.
So you plan out your seat?
Well, aisle side left, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's comfort.
Yeah, got to be comfort. Especially 3 hours, 4 hours, or God forbid you go in Hawaii or something.
Oh, man. With those, I have to take a stroll.
How you feel today, man?
I'm renewed. I mean, refreshed, renewed. First of all, after the show last night, we went out to a fantastic restaurant. Christian Bowe from USAA is in town for the Man of the Year stuff with the NFL awards, and had a chance to go out to dinner with him. We might find some food in LA that is as good. We won't find anything that is better than the restaurant we ate at last night.
Awesome. Fixin's Soul Kitchen.
And there was much smothered chicken and pork chops and
catfish,
chicken and waffles and catfish.
Fried deviled eggs.
Oh, man. Green
chicken and waffles.
It was a spectacular meal. And because we ate that size of meal, my night was done.
Yeah, Rob was like, "Hey, I'm going home. I don't know what y'all are doing."
I needed a Sunday afternoon nap after that on a nice Monday night.
So we split up last night. First of all, the playlist at this place was phenomenal. They were jamming in there, and we got there just in time because it was a line out the door. We got there just in time, but so it's dinner time, and Rob's like, "Yo, that's it for me." Jimenez, I don't know what happened to him yesterday. Michael Jimenez, host of the halftime, he said dinner just spaced out.
Yeah, he did.
And I just kept asking him, "Are you all right, bro?" And he was like, "Dude, I'm just tired. So after dinner, those morning boys were like, we took one Uber home. Jason and Joe took an Uber to the bars.
We assume they got home safe.
They got
all the lights were turned off.
Well, I turned the lights off and the TV off. because they got home and I could hear them telling war stories and eating and shuffling stuff. And I think Jason had his iPad on up to 1,000. Because when I went to turn off the lights, I could hear he was watching like a movie
up in his room.
Yeah, I could hear it downstairs. I was like, this dude's drunk.
Oh, he had the drunk volume.
Yeah, he had the drunk volume. I'm like, bro. But I turned off the lights because I had to go to the restroom. I'm getting older. I had to go to the restroom. So I was like, all the lights were on and the TV's on. And I just by habit, creature, I just like, I'm turning off all the lights, turn off the TV.
Check the thermostat, make sure it's not running too low.
I hear Jason's iPad blasting like he's deaf in one ear. So they got home safe. We saw food on the table this morning.
Well, we saw the bags. There was no food. How they ate again?
I don't know. Well, Jason barely ate. He ate 2 legs. And first of all, the way he eats chicken it's horrible. He know how much meat he left on the bone.
He doesn't know how to eat anything other than a wing. He doesn't know how to get the meat off of a thigh.
Dude,
which is a shame. It's a shame because he leaves the very best part of the chicken. He leaves.
Yeah, he didn't eat his sides, and then he left half the meat on his 2 legs. So I could see. Then he didn't drink his beer, so I could see why he was hungry. Now Joe had the smothered pork chop
that weighed 3 pounds. I mean, they rolled that thing out on a trolley.
I was like, damn. I didn't know you. Well, the thing is, he's been doing TV for 20 years, so he's been starving himself. He's been starving himself for 30 years to stay looking good. So now he's come, dude, hanging with us. Joe gonna lose that TV body hanging with us.
He's really quickly gonna look like a radio guy. You know what? We should introduce him to Dr. Torres now. Let's just head off the problem.
It started last night. I was like, Joe, the greens you said the greens were phenomenal.
They were different. They had
were they smoky?
Well, I think obviously they used some kind of smoky pork belly, but they smoked the pork belly beyond belief, or poured liquid smoke into it. They didn't use a lot of vinegar, which I like a vinegary because I like greens when I'm having fried chicken to cut the fat. I think the vinegar kind of helps get a little bit of it. So it worked really well. They had a different kind of fried chicken. It wasn't glassy, crispy crust. Right. It was a different kind of crust. It was wonderful. You could tell it had been brined for days. Extraordinary. I mean, it was as good as a Southern soul as I've had anywhere in the country.
Yeah, it was so juicy. You almost like, is it done? You know, I kind of like, that's how juicy it was. I was like, wait, let me make sure this chicken.
I don't see any pink.
Yeah, okay. I was like, okay, I'm good. I can just enjoy it now. Because sometimes you're like, whoa, that was a little too juicy.
And you brought it up. I would go back just for the playlist.
The playlist was phenomenal. Good vibe, good service.
Great place. And it always works that way. The ones you stumble on are normally better. Now, we have not successfully found a dive bar.
No.
And that's one of our objectives.
Are you a fancy eater?
I am a fancy eater.
I know you are. He is Melvin. He's a fancy.
I'm a foodie.
You're like my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law Lewis is just like you guys, like, because he loves Andrew. Like you know what?
Got Andrew Zimmerman.
Me, you, and Lewis got to go out to dinner one day. You two would love each other because y'all are like, that looks interesting.
Oh yeah,
bring it out. That's how my brother-in-law is.
Yeah,
he's the same way as you. Like, you know what? I'll try that. Just like you tried pulled pork fries at Wing and Fire.
That was but you do this, you live that kind of life. You're gonna come up over every now and again. You're gonna strike out pretty easily on a regular basis.
Yeah, but you're a fancy eater.
I'm a foodie.
Foodie, that's the word. Yeah, you're foodie.
I look forward to trying different things. And last night, again, you just stumble on great restaurants, and I don't know if that was a chain. Awesome. It can't be a chain.
No,
but it should be.
We got lucky because we were trying to go to Shaquille's,
which is shut down.
Which is closed. And so Bove, Mr. USAA was like, hey, let's go to Fixins. I'm down the street, Soul Kitchen. We looked at the menu online, hit the Uber, and next thing you know, we start seeing food come out. We're like, oh yeah,
we have picked well. That catfish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We waxed.
They had Kool-Aid, Karl, but I was a good boy. I went with the water.
They had all the flavors too.
I went with water. I was like, I don't need no Kool-Aid.
They had the red. They had the blue.
There is no flavor. It's just a color.
They had the red,
purple,
and the purple. They had all three.
Well, purple is great. Purple, we say great.
But they all taste the same.
Right.
There's no difference.
It's just like, get your foot.
What color do you want your lip?
Yeah, get your foot cut off in the morning.
And they bring it in mason jars too, which makes it even better. Anything coming out of a mason jar is better.
Yeah, I stuck with water.
You did. Did you have any of the?
I didn't even drink yesterday.
We found a pretty good local Pilsner that was good. Since we last spoke, DeJounte's an all-star, and I think we kind of narrowed in down the idea that there might have been a couple of, he had some cheerleaders, and Draymond Green being a cheerleader, which, I don't know how much that mattered. But DeJounte over the last 2 weeks has earned himself an all-star vote, and he got it.
He didn't get the vote.
Well, I mean, he got the pick. I mean, he got the
who picks. So who picks when it's a
it's the coach. It's the
the coach picks.
Yeah, they get to round out their own roster.
Adam Silver selects the replacement.
I mean,
Silver.
I'm sure
okay,
the coach has some say.
Yeah,
it used to be a coach's decision. That's back in the day.
Yeah.
So he earned it, and I think that looking at the league, I think that it was a wise decision by
Mr. Silver
to bring in the next generation and young ball. Certainly, he's on the fringes as the same way as DeJounte is. So it's good to see the young brothers doing it.
Yeah. Oh, he's in. So San Antonio, we got something to cheer about.
Well, let's see if we can continue that as they've had a couple of days of practice. They'll get back to work tomorrow, and Carolina Teague will join us for sure. We'll look closely at the deal that's possible. Look forward to in the 9 o'clock hour or the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
We'll dive into the Major League Baseball's decision to stop testing for steroids.
That's an interesting story. I want to get to that.
There. Lovie Smith is the new head coach of the Houston Texans. That hit yesterday afternoon. Dennis Allen, the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints. They're hiring from within right there. So two coaches, defensive-minded, from inside the building, land jobs. The interesting news coming out of the Houston hire, one, Lovie Smith, I hope he signed a long deal. The decision not to hire McCowan for the optics. And 3, the Brian Flores crew, his attorney coming out and said he'd have gotten a job, but the lawsuit kept him from getting hired. And want to go, yeah. Is that surprising to you? That they knew.
I mean, once you take that step, you got to know that's.
And the Texans were damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Right.
Because if they'd have gone and hired him, everybody would say, well, you just hired him to put out the fire.
Well, Reinagle even said that they hired Lovie to put out the fire.
Lovie, I could understand. At least he was in the building and was well liked and had some experience on a moribund franchise. And maybe the only thing they got going for him as a head coach that the kids like, because nobody even knows their names.
Right.
So, I think it helped, but it didn't. I mean, it didn't hurt. It didn't help the cause, if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
So we do see a landing spots for a couple of NFL coaches. We'll look at the turnaround. Lovie Smith being the new head coach of the Texans, the ramifications with Deshaun Watson, which is still the most important wild card in the NFL as we sit today. After the Super Bowl, will be where Deshaun Watson lands.
Keep in mind
what happens with him.
Well, I think everybody's waiting on this month when he gets deposed. Is that how you say it? He gets deposed this month, and I think that's what every team is waiting on to see. Okay, what's going to come of his legal situation? Then you can start looking at how many draft picks you want to give up. But I felt like no one was making, and that's not till after the Super Bowl. Yeah. Nobody's going to make a move for him until they figure out legal wise what's going on. Because you can't give up 3 first-round draft picks and, he ends up in jail.
Well, you hope that the commission, the disciplinary committee will, it'll be time served. He didn't play last year. Can we just count?
Oh, that's the other thing.
That's going to be the argument. Anyway.
That's the other thing. Is he going to be? How long will he be suspended?
To me, I think that's the most important variable. If I'm going to, how long and when?
Perfect.
Yeah, well,
you were a little low.
Yeah, I did.
There we go.
To me, that's the most important variable. If I'm going to get him, what I'm giving up my future. I have to win now, so I need to know, because if I'm giving up a couple of firsts, there goes my future. So I got to win immediately, and I can't bring him in with an 8-game suspension. I just can't.
If I'm going to have him for 10 years, I could do 8 games.
But I feel like if I'm giving up 3 firsts or whatever I'm giving,
2 firsts, 3 firsts, whatever.
I'm giving up my future. I'm giving it up. I don't. My windows.
You're going to have him for 10 years.
But if I'm only going to have Deshaun and no first rounders, what exactly? And the money that I'm paying him, it's not like I'll have the money to bring in free agents. I have to have young talent. So if I'm going to go get Deshaun, my team has to be pretty damn close.
Yeah, but I could do. I'm just saying that you will difference in opinion on that. Yeah. But I could do 8 games.
Well, on the other side of that, you got a young Kyler Murray on a very friendly contract, about to get paid, I suppose. Who someone is going to have to explain to me the unwritten rules of social media. Is it important when you stop following your employer? Does it matter when you stop following a friend? And how do people even know?
So, Rob, if one day out the blue, 2 years from now, I just unfollowed you and Jason, that wouldn't be weird?
It would. It would not be weird.
Carl's like, yeah,
well, it would be weird if you were coming to work and acted if it was normal. Like if I saw you every day and then you acted, smiled, and like nothing had changed, and then one day, Rudy just stopped following you, then I might have a problem or an issue. Like, what's going on? Why?
Right. Yeah, we got to talk about. We'll educate you, Karl. We're going to educate Rob on how harsh unfollowing really is.
And how do you keep track of such things? If I have 10 million followers and and I unfollow somebody or somebody unfollows me, how am I gonna know?
You just randomly go to their page sometimes and
just to check, are you still see? That's the other thing that bothers me.
There are people with way too much time on their hands just like to stir up drama, but also Kyler Murray deleted all but 2 photos on his Instagram. So people just looked at the shakeup, and that's part of the shakeup is that he's not following his team or teammates anymore.
I just don't get it on that level, on the importance of that. And obviously, it is important that those understand.
Deal, Rob.
And the second part of this question is, what the hell's your problem? What else do you need, my young?
Who don't know what's going on up there, Rob? I mean, just like we didn't know what was going on with Kawhi. They were treating him bad behind closed doors.
Kyler's blessings. Karl. He has a coach that would adopt him as his son. He has an offense that was built exclusively and only for him. He has the best wide receiver in football, in D-Hop. Well, top 5.
Whatever.
You're right. But he has a weapon.
Go ahead.
And he has 3 other guys that are set up. They went out and got him a defense. They bring in a Watt to kind of help. The future is not bleak at all in Arizona. And you got a problem?
What if he wanted Kingsbury to get fired?
Why? The dude would, like I said, adopt you.
Dude.
The offense is yours.
You have a coach that can't close.
Well, there is that, but I think it's a tandem growth pattern here. I don't think another coach is going to come in and help that.
These guys are weird. We bent over backwards for Kawhi, and he was like, "I just don't want to be here." Sometimes you're just ready for a change,
I guess.
But we got to.
That's why people dislike professional athletes. This situation, like, dude, there is nothing else we can do for you.
I agree with you there.
There's nothing more, and you still have a problem. Well, we've got a lot to talk about. Certainly our day around the media row, as we did take a tour of the NFL experience. So there wasn't a lot going on. The COVID protocols here in California have kind of precluded some of this stuff. Normally, the NFL live experience is going on all week long. They're not going to have fans in the building here till Thursday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the interviews are going to kick up and keep moving. But before we do anything, our endeavor, as always, is to keep you well informed so that when you get to work and there's a discussion to be had, you're ready. So, Karl, let's give it to him. It's time for the 4-1 and the 2-1-0.
Here's the 4-1-1 in the 2-1-0. Headline 2.
Tyler Higbee with a knee injury is one of those glue guys, but still a Super Bowl question for the Los Angeles Rams. Asked Monday whether Higbee will be able to practice at all in the coming days with his injured knee. Sean McVay said, "I don't think so. We'll see. He's been such a big part of the team, and he's one of those glue guys on this team, and I know he's going to do everything in his power. But if not, he's led that room. He and the tight ends coach Wes Phillips have led that room so well that these other guys will be ready to step up. But we'll take it a day at a time with Tyler." Higbee sprained his MCL in the Rams' win over the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game and was listed as a non-participant for all 3 days the team was required to release a practice report last week. If they practiced on Wednesday and held a walkthrough on Thursday, the participants for those 2 days were an estimation.
This is news because it's a slow week. Nothing really going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect Higbee, but the backup tight end can fill in just fine.
Was it Hopkins? Who was the tight end that had a good game?
I can't remember, but if this was Cooper Kupp, Karl, I'd be like, okay, let's talk.
Kendall Blanton was the backup, by the way. 5 passes, 57 yards against the 49ers.
He didn't look all that bad. He filled the void. He's not Higbee.
Yeah. If this was Cooper Kupp, we could talk. They'll be fine. I'm not going to let you off the hook like that, McVay or Stafford. You figure it out.
Fair enough.
Figure it out, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Rudy getting no slack.
Inaugural NBA HBCU Classic to air February 19th on ESPN TNT as part of All-Star Weekend. The inaugural NBA HBCU Classic between Howard and Morgan State will be televised nationally as part of All-Star Weekend festivities as the league expands support to historically black colleges and universities. The February 19th game will be broadcast on TNT and ESPN2 from Wilson Center, Cleveland State's home arena. Along with the exposure, the schools will also receive $100,000 donations from the NBA and AT&T, with gifts intended to support Howard and Morgan State student athletes with academic and wellness resources and more.
Karl, I get more money from going to get my brains beat in by Alabama. NBA, y'all can only come up with $100K. $100K. You know what kind of spots they're going to sell around that TNT game? 100. I don't forget AT&T. I don't fault AT&T. Like AT&T, like, hey, y'all are just partnering up with us. But y'all are talking about you doing this whole HBCU thing. I know Chris Paul is big on this.
Yes.
He wears the HBCU sweaters damn near every game. So I'm sure this was a part of his idea. 100,000. Karl, if I'm Howard and I go play Alabama, they give me what, Rob? $1.5 million?
Well, that's football, though. That's football. This isn't basketball. I mean, this is basketball.
This is for HBCUs.
I know, but
the
when
student
you get
athletes.
paid, there's 100,000 people that paid some money to do that. So go play them in football.
But this is on TNT.
I'm not saying they shouldn't get more money, but they're not going to get football paydays.
And you know what? It don't even got to be 1.5. Meet me halfway. Give me what, 7?
I agree.
7.
I agree with
100. What can you do with 100,000?
If it's for the basketball program, you could do something.
Okay.
For the football program, you wouldn't even be able to buy all the helmets. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But, you know, I do appreciate
I'm being
the fact
greedy.
that and this does fall into a trend. We're seeing, at least on the basketball side, and Dion now with Jackson State is starting to pull some talent, pull some five-star talent back to the HBCU kind of system.
We got Eddie George over there, Hugh Jackson, Dion. It's starting to get some traction.
There's some name coaches, and whether in the last couple of years, I know Mikey Williams was looking to play basketball, McCour, Chose. So we're getting some of the five-star basketball guys that are going to go and kind of lend a little bit of credence there. But the key for that to be successful is that if the guys will go there and they're still getting drafted in the top 10 and they're still, they're still progressing in their career, then an HBCU and get a little bit of NIL money, then suddenly an HBCU is an entirely possible thing to grow. But until we get that regular NIL money, it's still going to be, this is going to be required once a year. And I think this will probably stick to help some of these smaller schools get some money in their pocket.
So this is All-Star Weekend, Karl?
Correct.
Okay.
They expect for All-Stars and top 75 players to be there.
I would hope. I think it'll be a party.
It's cool. I shouldn't have made it about the money. It's about the gesture. And it's
gesture. It's about the money. You hit it right the first time.
I mean, getting them some exposure on TNT too. It's a great gesture, but I was like, damn, 100, Adam? You got that in
the thing that could happen that would help.
Armrest.
Well, the money from the NBA is one thing. If you truly want to grow the system, it's about ESPN and games on TV.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day,
true.
That's where the money will come. That's where the exposure will happen. So if you want true change, there has to be a national network that has a contract with the HBCUs. And if you can get yourself on TV, then everything else will follow. True. Then you start getting kids from across the country.
That's why Dion had like 2 games on ESPN.
Yeah, get yourself on TV because the kids want mama to be able to see them play. And if you're a regional HBCU, you're not going to be able to recruit outside of state, outside of that region, because why?
Agreed.
Unless that's the only way you're going.
And last year was sort of the first year initiative that Chris Paul and the NBA Players Association had, and they raised $3 million despite COVID messing up with some of the all-star scheduling.
See, there we go.
Okay, here we go.
There's where the money is.
Appreciate that update.
That 100K
That's a good fun fact.
It just primes the pump. Now comes the corporate money. There we have it.
All right.
Good deed. And I think that this All-Star Weekend is really kind of rounding into the form that Silver envisioned. The only thing that's left for them to put together is that mid-season team tournament, which I do believe will really kind of change what the All-Star Weekend will feel like.
You brought me around on that. I want to see that.
Yeah, I think it'll mean something. It's been so successful with European soccer and also with the women's game in Europe, which is bigger than our WNBA, where they do that mid-season stuff. When that finally occurs, the NBA will finally have a product that will almost rival the Super Bowl because it will captivate 4 or 5 days of media coverage that the NFL has managed to do with this 2-week bye for the Super Bowl.
You all get to go to Cleveland. Yay.
Yeah. That's why that game's going to be played at Cleveland State. I was wondering why. Why don't you get it a little bit closer to the alma mater?
It's at Cleveland.
Moving along.
Headline 0.
NFL issues significant call to action after high injury rates on special teams, officials say. Rule changes and new training requirements are now among possible solutions that NFL medical staffers and competition committee members will discuss in the coming weeks. Concussions across all players continued their downward trend from recent years. The league reported Monday as part of its annual health and safety meeting with reporters covering Super Bowl 56. But the data showed that concussions are occurring with higher frequency on punts and kickoffs, despite a series of rule changes designed to make both safer. 1 in 6 NFL concussions occurred this season on special teams, according to Chief Medical Dr. Alan Sills. Among 30% of ACL tears and 29% of muscle injuries to lower extremities. Those numbers require, quote, attention immediately, Sills said, because special teams represents only 17% of plays in a typical NFL game.
Well, you can't get rid of punts, so just get rid of the kickoff then. Get rid of it. I mean, just start on the 25. Everybody starts on the 25. Get rid of kickoff because you can't get rid of punts. What are you going to do on 4th down? So punts are just a part of it, but kickoffs, just take it out. If it's really this much of an issue, because you can't stop guys from running 4 threes and hitting each other. And then if you're special teams, that's all you do. Of course you want to knock someone's block off.
Well, it's the meat grinder of the NFL.
Yeah.
That's the meat grinder.
Right.
If you can survive that and get yourself a starting job, you'll vest and you'll get paid for the rest of your life.
True.
But you got to survive special teams. It's the barrier to entry for the league. Now, there's a couple things that we have to think about. It's not just the kickoff. It's about the scoring opportunity that the kickoff offers. Right? I mean, we can get rid of the kickoffs because there's only 1 or 2 kickoffs, not one
that
or 2
even
that are returnable. But there is that threat, and we do need that to remain part of the game. Now, the All-Star game or the Pro Bowl, the 7-on-7 game, they tried that 4th and 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least they addressed the onside kick part of this.
Oh, yeah.
So
like
at least
that.
if you're the kicking team, you can go for the 4th and 15 to get the onside kick version, get the ball back.
Right.
Now they're going to have to come up, or we're just going to have to eliminate the scoring possibility on the special team side.
Yeah.
Or find an answer for that.
But then again, why do you need a special teams if
Maybe
you're doing away
we
with
adopt
kickoff?
the 4th and 15 or the 4th and 25 for them. If you want to try for it, you can go. You get an opportunity. What is more likely? Or we want to find a play that has the same scoring potential that a kickoff does. A kick returns. How many times do you figure that happens? 1 in 100 kickoffs gets
It's like
returned?
99% of kickoffs don't get returned.
But there's probably a percentage. It's 1 in 250 or whatever that is.
3% chance.
So let's find a play, 4th and 25, 4th and 30, where if we're going to try to get a kickoff return, you'll have the opportunity to, all right, you get to line up offensively 4th and 30. But if you don't get it, you get the ball at the 10. Or you can take it at the 45.
But then again,
35.
look how many jobs you're eliminating.
Well, you're not eliminating jobs. What we're doing is making teams deeper.
No, but what did the kickoff team do now?
There will be no
That's what I'm saying.
But suddenly your third string linebacker can truly be a linebacker and not a kick cover. You can keep that third guard because I can be deeper now. I don't need bomb squad dudes. I don't need 4-3 linebackers. I need a third guard. That third guard was not going to help me on special
But I'm going to tell you this. If I'm a coach and I'm coaching for my job and someone's going for it on 4th and 25, I'm putting Micah Parsons in.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that helps. That's what we want. I want to see more Micah.
That's what I'm saying. So the third string guy, you don't need him.
Well, no, but you will be able to have the depth. Instead of carrying that 4th kick cover that you know you're going to need to run the edge, who will never come in on offense or defense. He's just there's a kick cover in the meat grinder. I can find a guy that's going to be their job. But at the same time, I can go deeper on positions that really will never work on special teams.
Yeah.
Like those, I might be able to carry an extra center, maybe hold on to another quarterback on the practice squad.
True.
Because that opens up a position because I don't need those guys anymore, at least in my mind.
True.
But if we're going to get rid of the kickoff, we have to find the alternate scoring method because we don't want to eliminate the possibility to go get buckets.
It's not a possibility.
Well, there is, though. There is that slight, ever so slight, that a kick can be returned and change the game. So we need to have in place that ever so slight possibility of, we're going to go for it. We're down by 10. There's 3 minutes to go. What do we got to lose? And every now and then it'll work just like a kick return.
I think Tony Pollard had one. No, I don't remember.
It does occur, but it's like 1 in 200. You got to figure. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
I like changing rules, moving the
me too.
Moving the chalk just a little bit.
I want 50-plus yard field goals to be worth 4.
Why not?
I think a 50-yard field goal should be worth 4.
Justin Tucker is going to retire going, and you could have added a third more
it's
points.
Such a game changer because when you're down 4 and you got to go score, now I just get to a 50-yarder. I mean, it's a 50-yarder shouldn't be the same as a 30-yarder.
Well, what I would like for this to happen, if you went with that, the long field goal counts as 4. You will eliminate the prevent defense, which prevents you from winning 8 times out of 10. So if you knew a 55-yarder is worth 4,
you just play straight up.
You'll play straight up defense. You're not going to be giving up 8 yards on every pass. It would just eliminate the scheme, which I think we would all be happy for as fans.
So it looks like there were 7 touchdowns. It looks like 7 touchdowns were scored off kickoffs in 2020. Only 2, both by Kene Nwangu in 2021. So there was only one guy who returned a kickoff in 2021 for a touchdown.
Out of how many?
30.
Out of how many kickoffs? I don't know how many kickoffs there were.
I'm saying, if there were only, 7? Is that what you said? 7 out of the hundreds? So you'd have to come up with a play that's like 4th and 25, 4th and 30. I mean, the percentages would have to be so light.
Yeah.
But in desperate times, they call for desperate measures. So at least the opportunity's there.
Yeah. They got to do something if they think the injuries are that bad. Because I just was thinking about concussions, Karl. I didn't even think about the lower extremities, ACLs, etc. So there's something to that.
Hey, coming back, DeJounte, he's an all-star. What does that mean to the Spurs' search for more talent as the trade deadline rapidly approaches? More rumors are floating around as well, and a deal that was rejected that involved Jakob Poeltl to a team we've already dealt with. We'll talk about the NBA and the Spurs coming up next. We're happy to be with you as we're coming to you live from Los Angeles, the beautiful convention center. Your big game coverage continues here on R&R in the Morning. You're on 1250 ESPN and 103.3 FM. I'll tell you what, we are just a couple of days away from the big game, and if you don't know where you're going, I need you to consider Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is where you're going to catch the biggest game in the NFL this Sunday. Head over to Twin Peaks for the best seats, made from scratch food, and 29-degree icy cold beer. You know how you know that? They've got a thermometer on the bar. It's a football fan's paradise, and no one wants to sit with the nosebleed. Sit up close. Everywhere you're sitting is a man cave, and if you define it the right way, they're doing it the right way. You go to your man cave, you got clear view and lots of TVs, you got hot food coming to you straight out of the kitchen and icy cold drinks. A man cave waiting on you. Who you got? You got the Bengals, you got the Rams. Sit and watch the game, make that call, and visit one of the 3 great locations in San Antonio. Twin Peaks over on 151 and 410. My home field at De Zavala and I-10 in Park North. Head over to Twin Peaks today for happy hour. Don't forget those fabulous Fridays and all those barrel-aged bourbons. Oh, I want to go to Twin Peaks right now. Those eats are spectacular. Those drinks are icy cold, but why do we go? It's those scenic views.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The NBA announced on Monday that Spurs guard DeJounte Murray would be named an NBA All-Star this season as an injury replacement for Warriors forward Draymond Green. With Murray being an All-Star, the Spurs will have had at least one All-Star in 41 of the 45 years the Spurs have been in the NBA. That is the most in that span among NBA franchises. In Texas NBA action tonight, the Dallas Mavericks will be hosting the 12-win Detroit Pistons. That game gets started at 7:30 at the American Airlines Center. And in a thriller in Austin, number 20 Texas Longhorns knocked off 8th-ranked Kansas 79-76 in Big 12 play last night. UT was led by forward Timmy Allen with 24 points, and the Longhorns went on a 7-0 run to end the game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV.
And I'm the girl from that alien movie you watch on demand. Our worlds have been brought together thanks to DirecTV Stream.
Why are you whispering?
Because the alien will hear us.
Maybe let the alien know you can get DirecTV Stream with no annual contract.
He seems pretty excited by that, actually.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at directtv.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
if it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV.
You can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
America's Diamond offers our 5-year, 60-month financing program every day of the year. You don't have to wait for a sale to get 5-year financing with credit approval, or wait for a sale to get our guaranteed America's Diamond price, because we treat everyone fairly and with respect every day of the year. For almost 40 years, we have designed and created our extraordinary diamond jewelry right here in San Antonio. When you buy at America's Diamond, your money stays in San Antonio. Our whole company is located here and locally owned. Our kids and grandkids go to school here. All 40 of our coworkers live and shop in San Antonio for everything. Through the years, America's Diamond has supported thousands of wonderful charity events in San Antonio. We're the official jeweler of the San Antonio Spurs and of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics. See our television program about diamonds and jewelry tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or see it right now at americasdiamond.com.
Is your job leaving you just over broke and out of hope? Maybe this is your year to get into IT. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You can start your new life in months, not years. Best of all, we've slashed tuition, and financial aid is available to those who qualify. Attend classes day or night, live online from the comfort of your home. Go to My Computer Career and fill out the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
San Antonio Sports Stars AA Best Bail Bonds Big Game coverage is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, a Nearside app, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, as we're coming to you live from the Convention Center in downtown LA.
The empty, quiet.
It is a cavernous room. I hope you're watching us live. All you early birds, sound off. Don't forget, I like to take care of y'all that get up with us.
Yeah.
And for the last couple of days, we've been giving away the love and happiness in the early hours. We're going to do it again today, about an hour from now.
Okay.
I'll say about 8:30 or so for those of y'all that are desperate for us to take care of you on Valentine's.
That's a good little date. That's a good date night.
It is a good date night. And I always felt like it was unfortunate that Valentine's came on the 14th.
Why you say that?
Because when I was young, I got paid on the 15th. And And for most of us younger types, we
didn't
were
even think about
a
that.
plan to fail is a failure to plan. And I never would have the money. I didn't buy the Valentine's gift on the first when I should have.
Because you're paying your rent.
I'm paying bills.
Yeah.
And then come Valentine's, I got a handful of change. For my first Valentine's with my wife, all I had was enough money to go buy the little kids' Valentine cards, like the little ones, like a bag of them.
What?
It was the most romantic thing I ever did. It was the only thing I did because I was broke. And I just, gave her a bunch of little Valentine's cards.
The handwritten letter is always better.
It always works.
It's always better.
But, that works when you're young because it's a gesture.
Yeah.
When you're older and you've been together a while, your wife goes, come on now.
Yeah. I've been asking you for XYZ.
Yeah, come on now. Bunch of love note, really? Like a free book of hugs? Seriously? You think that works? You're not 8.
No, you got to get some. Who came up with this holiday anyway?
I don't know, man. I
mean, it's a good spike for the economy, but I just want to know who's the person sitting around saying this is the day of love. Who
Probably Hallmark.
It was Hallmark, the Restaurateurs Association, and Manscaping.
For real.
They're all funding the Valentine's push.
You know what I do need? I was on TikTok last night because I was chilling. We don't have TV in our room. And this one guy was doing the top 5 colognes. I haven't had a good cologne in a while. I think I'm going to ask for a cologne. Like, when's the last time do you wear cologne?
I do.
Are you a cologne guy?
I've been wearing the same cologne for a long time.
What's your cologne of choice?
I wear a Chanel product called Antaeus.
Nice.
And it's one that's hard to find. So it's been around for a long time. So when I find it, I buy it.
Get a couple.
Yeah. I mean, when I run out, it's hard to find. So I have to order.
Now, how often do you wear it? Because, I never smelled you. So you don't wear it to the studio. Clearly.
I actually do wear cologne every day.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to. I don't take a shower.
I don't want you drenched down around me.
No, I'm not going to do that. But no, I wear that. And there's an Aramis that I've always worn.
I'm not a big cologne guy.
I am. I've always worn cologne.
But you're a Virgo. Y'all are pretty boys.
Well, despite the obvious faults in that reasoning, as I look at myself in the StreamYard, but moving on from that, I proved the fault in that decision.
No. Karl, you a cologner?
Karl wears patchouli.
Yeah, I've bought it. I've never worn it.
Really?
I don't think I've worn cologne. And
that's the next generation.
So Bean has never got this, like, you get dressed up and she's never like, babe, you smell so good. You've never given her that opportunity.
I'm all natural.
Ooh. You are a hippie. Karl, I do forget that you got some hippie in you.
Yeah, like, the yoga stuff. That's why.
And there's nothing wrong with that. No. I'm not knocking it. I just forget that you're a hipster.
You've burned sage. If you've actually burned sage physically, right?
Yeah, sage, Palo Santo, incense. Yeah.
Have you burned sage in the studio?
No, I don't take it anywhere. Just no. So, there have been spirits in my apartment that we needed to cast out.
What?
We have seen glowing white orbs, and I'm not kidding about this. What? We saged and brought in cats, and the cats scared it away. So we're going with that story.
Karl Schoening. What did you just say?
I don't even know how to begin with this.
Yeah.
What did you say?
You live in a haunted apartment? What's an orb?
We Bianca and I saw a just white light, and we didn't talk about it until the next morning. But yeah, there was an orb, a white light. There would be a flash every now and again in the apartment. So sage and cats.
Karl, that's shrooms.
That's that weird
You
tea.
and B has some shrooms.
You
and it's
too much kombucha.
You can admit it. B, y'all stop messing with those shrooms. Y'all stop seeing. As soon as you leave the shrooms alone, you'll stop seeing orbs. What's an orb?
It's a floating
morning, mama.
Right, globule.
Karl, don't be bringing that crazy talk around my son.
So you both saw the orb but didn't talk about it?
So y'all kind of both saw it and you were like, yo, it kind of freaked you both out. So y'all both kind of didn't say anything. So I'm sure as a man of the house, Karl, you didn't want to freak her out. So you stayed quiet.
Dude,
but then you found out she had it.
Move.
Yeah, we're not there anymore.
Yeah,
this was probably pushing 3 years ago now. It's a while ago.
In right now.
Time out. I watch movies. Let's go here.
Yeah,
let's go. We're in it.
We're in a break zone, but okay, go ahead.
No, okay. Let's get out. I don't want to ruin this.
I don't want to either. We're not done, Karl.
So
you're locked in.
There's nothing to tease forward other than what's coming.
Yes.
But when we get back, we will discuss the glowing white orbs.
Because I got a question,
That
Karl.
spent some time
good
in
question.
the Schoenig apartment. And
near side? Okay.
And we will also look. Tony Romo's getting in the TV business.
I love Karl.
Yellowstone on a football field.
Yellowstone?
We'll figure it out. Tony Romo's in development stages for a football-based program for Showtime. Wonder what the plot will be. I don't know. Failure, probably. We'll just figure it out. Oh, wow. I chose violence today.
See, if it was Roger Dodge, you'd be like, this is the best idea of all time.
It would be the one.
See?
It would be spectacular.
You see how y'all are? Dude, Roger, like, oh, Roger took a leak today. It smells so good. It smelled like Chanel cologne.
It smelled like that Antaeus. That's what I wear. Oh, to Roger is what I wear. And coming back, we're talking ghosts, I suppose. And
Yes.
Sage. Hang on.
I'm so intrigued.
Lots of sports, we promise, here on R&R in the Morning. We'll be right back here on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
All my entrepreneurs, all my people that are self-employed, I want to talk to you. Listen up. You can get a free, yes, FREE, free business bank account at nearside.com. That's nearside.com, NEARSIDE.com. No hidden fees, just really, truly free. Again, this isn't one of those, oh, it's free. And the next thing you know, they're asking for some of your money. That's not what this is. Nearside debit cards pay you back 2.2% in 2022. That's on everything you buy for taking care of business. So that's 2.2% back on, let's say, printers, ladders, work shoes, gas, propane, whatever it is that you put toward the business. It's proven that it's toward the business. You get 2.2% back. It's free to sign up at nearside.com/free. That's free to sign up at nearside.com/free. So entrepreneurs, you got your food trucks or whatever your business may be. You got a roofing company, you got an electric company. Go and try to give nearside.com/free a shot. Get those no hidden fees, excuse me. Get that 2.2% back on everything you buy toward the business. It's worth a shot. So go to nearside.com/free.
The Bengals and the Rams are headed to LA for the big game. We've got you covered all week long, live from Los Angeles. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart, Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
Hey, Jim! Thanks for coming.
Are you kidding? I never miss one of your dinner parties. How's the new job?
We're growing fast, and I stopped working weekends thanks to how much smoother everything runs on NetSuite by Oracle.
Fantastic. We're still using QuickBooks.
Why haven't you upgraded to NetSuite?
We're making QuickBooks work, sort of.
Shh, watch your language. The kids are right there. Sorry, Amy. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. And 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since upgrading from QuickBooks to NetSuite.
Yeah, sounds like it's time for me to switch to NetSuite. Over 27,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite has a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/radar. Head to netsuite.com/radar for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/radar.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Yes, I'm so sorry about the wait, ma'am. I'll be with you shortly. Carrie, how many appointments did you book at 2:30?
Jin's physical therapy clinic is pretty stretched. He needs another PT before patients get bent out of shape.
You get fresh ice pack in Miss Davis's name.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time. Time to get in shape. Hit the gym. Work up a sweat. You're going to need some energy. A lot of energy. A 5-Hour Energy. With vitamins and essential nutrients, they provide an alert, energized feeling that keeps you going. All without sugar or herbal stimulants. Are you ready? 5-Hour Energy. For every workout. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
The Rams, the Bengals, 4 quarters away from a championship. Who will raise Lombardi's trophy? Don't miss a minute all week from LA. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Chia Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix and I will get you caught up in the latest news, moves, and more this afternoon, 4 to 7 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's R&R in the morning, a Ghostbusters edition.
Karl has taken over the StreamYard.
We have the questions.
Everybody's coming asking Karl questions.
He is Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening is back dancing around the cauldron at the studios, burning some sage. So when we last spoke, I don't know how we even got there. Oh, it went from cologne. He said, I don't wear cologne. And we were talking about the hippie side. And I asked him, have you ever burned sage? And he named not only sage, but other stuff. He said he used it along with cats to ward off glowing orbs in a place that you lived.
Used to live, yeah.
Did I sum that up correctly?
Was that it?
That's around the gist of it, of what happened last segment when we were supposed to talk about DeJounte Murray.
Yeah. So do both of you have that?
He only got 20 wins. He's lucky to be there. We'll get to him when we get to him.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. Do you both previously have the ability to see things? Like, have you seen orbs before?
I don't know if I don't.
I've never.
No, so
I don't know what it would be if I saw one. I wouldn't know that was an orb. I would just like, oh, did you see that light?
If you saw a glowing orb, you'd know it was a glowing orb. I don't think you'd go, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go about my day.
Well, this is my thing, Karl. And I watch movies and I read, and my daughter's into all that stuff. This is what I would ask you. I thought, from my experience watching horror films or suspense films, the spirits follow you from home to home. You can't just get away by moving.
See, I thought they were stuck in the same place.
No, I thought in every movie I've seen, the spirit follows you. So how did you leave it at the last house?
My experience with ghosts is different.
No.
As soon as Aiden and Picasso, my cats, moved in, the spirits were gone. So let's just say get cats.
Maybe your spirits were mice.
Mice can't make an entire room light up.
Oh, that's true. That would be a New York rat.
So you got the cats and you burned some stuff and they were gone, and then you moved.
Yeah, and I think Bianca did have something happen to her sometime in the last year or so, somewhat paranormal, but I wasn't there.
My experience is anybody's seen one, they've seen others.
I haven't. I know people that Karl isn't. Yeah. I know we're giving him a hard time right now, but Karl isn't the only person that I've heard say.
I've never heard anybody just give me one story. They've seen it, like they've had more than one experience. Normally, if it happens to you once, you're like, I'm not telling anybody about this. That was weird. You know what I mean? But if it happens twice, it's like, you know what's happened to me?
No, there's always a couple people that I'm around.
What's the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you? Let's do this. What's the creepy where you had zero explanation for what you witnessed?
Red and blue lights, cops behind me. No, that's the creepiest thing. No.
Did you get a DWP?
I don't know. I've never had any run-ins with the police. Not anything bad. Nothing bad ever. I've never had a bad run-in with a police officer ever in my life. Ever.
Nothing creepy's ever happened?
Creepy.
No, did you ever go to the tracks?
One time creepy. The only thing that creepy I saw, and I know some people believe in, I forget what they call it, but I just feel like it was like a huge bird. Like I was in Tyler. I was playing dominoes with my cousins. Dark road. This is, Tyler's in the country, and I come up and I see something that looks like a statue in the road. And then all of a sudden, again, I don't know what it was, but it was the biggest wings I've ever seen in my entire, I'm talking about like a JaVale McGee wingspan.
Like a condor, giant wings.
Yeah, see, now my wife is like, that's a lechuza. That was because she was with me.
Mm-hmm.
So Anna swears it was lechuza. Like,
I don't know what a lechuza is.
It's like a devil bird or something weird.
That was
but
like
I was
the
just
donkey
like,
lady.
but again, I had never seen a bird or whatever it was that big. Again, this is the biggest wings, and it just
Did it fly away
like that. Like you could hear it because we had the windows down. Because it wasn't cold and it wasn't hot, so we had the windows down, and you could hear when it's taking off.
How far away were you?
Probably that table behind us where he finally.
So
just
like
took,
15, 20 feet,
dude. The biggest thing I've ever seen in my life as far as like a bird, and it freaked me out. Like it was like a stag because it was just sitting there like this, like in the middle of the road. And then when my lights got hit it just took off. And I was like, and my wife, like she believes in paranormal activity, all that stuff. So she's freaking out. Like she still tells that story to this day. Like, oh, we saw the devil bird. Look, see, that's a witch.
I met a few witches, but it wasn't on a dirty road, a dark road.
Lechuza, see, Joey knows what the lechuza is. I've
never had anything even remotely.
I've never had no ghost encounters, nothing like that. No UFOs,
no, never, not once. Never had a ghost. Never felt a presence.
Jeepers creepers.
Never had anything to even. I mean, I'm not
me either. I'm not saying it's not existing.
I'm open to it.
Me too.
I'm not saying I believe that there's energy. Energy never goes away. It just changes. So I believe there's that. But I've never had anything that proved to me that there was some all-powerful force. Sorry, I went Han Solo on
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. But that's the only thing. I've never had any ghost encounters, but I know people that have, and they swear to me. So who am I to say they're lying?
I don't think anyone is lying there at all. We skipped some topics we do want to jump into.
We got to get DeJounte. That's my guy. We got to get to
We
DeJounte.
promise we'll dive into DeJounte when we get back on the other side. Jakob, there was a trade out there that involved Jakob Poeltl, and as Zach Collins arrived, it will affect the front line, but just who will be the one in question? I guess depends on the value brought back. We'll talk to DeJounte and the Spurs coming back. Lovie Smith is the brand new Houston Texans head coach, and at 8:30,
Big Sandy, baby.
Major League Baseball has taken a huge step that might be the first that will allow the likes of Bonds and McGuire and Sosa to step into the Hall of Fame. We'll tell you what they did at 8:30. Hang with us. We got so much to get into. So what do you need to do? If you haven't gone to 103.3 and saved it, pushed it in, picked that thing, go ahead and do that in just a bit. We'll wait for you. All right, you did it. And we'll be right back. Welcome aboard. Hang with us. R&R continues live from L.A. Convention Center. Super Bowl 56 coverage continues here on 1250 ESPN and 103.3 FM.
Car Zeus purchased my mom's Prius. I worked with Jeff. He was very helpful, gave me a great competitive price for the car, seamless and quick experience, and I would strongly recommend them. This is the second time I've worked with them, and San Antonio is fortunate to have such a great local business. It is the way to go, and that's when you know you're doing a good job. When you're doing stuff like trying to get people to sell you their vehicle and they decide to come back to you, that means you did a heck of a job. And that's what they do over there at Car Zeus. That's carzeus.com. If you know someone that's in need of selling the car, because again, this is a referral. She referred her mom. So guess what happened? When they bought that Prius from her mom got $250. She got $250. So it's incentives for you as well as a check. Don't forget about the check mom got. She walked out with a check in hand in less than an hour. So go to Car Zeus if you think about selling that car. Upload your photos, answer those questions, set your appointment in at 11, out at 12, money in hand. Go have a good time. You cannot beat that. And it's local. And these are not a bunch of people, sitting around trying to get commission or harass you and things like that. They're just trying to get you the best deal. And, sometimes it may not be the best for you, but guess what? They're going to let you know. And that's why they get return customers, because they're trying to do what's best for the seller. They're not customers at Car Zeus. That's the seller. They try to do what's best for the seller. So check them out yourself. Go check out the 4.9 Google reviews. That's carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com.
San Antonio sports star is headed to LA. Get the latest news, moves, analysis, and world-class roster of guests all week leading up to the game.
To the next episode.
R&R In The Morning, halftime, and the Blitz all live from Los Angeles.
Joining us now, the Moves, Daryl Johnston. We get to talk to Michael Irvin. DeMarcus Ware joining us now.
Don't miss a minute all week long. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Gia Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
When others treat your fries as an afterthought, all you're left with are cold, soggy fries. That's why Wendy's new fries are ones you won't forget, guaranteed to be hot and crispy, or we'll replace them. We're talking natural cut, skin-on fries, perfectly seasoned with a hint of sea salt. In fact, they're even preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. These are fries so hot and crispy, they beg a new question.
What would you like with your fries?
Try them today, only at Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, taste preference based on a national taste test by an independent research company.
College basketball season is heating up, which means it's time for the Wendy's Wooden Watch. In 2002, I was honored to have received the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award, which is presented to the country's most outstanding men's and women's player, who is also making progress towards earning a degree. This year, players like Chet Holmgren, Jaden Ivey, Nalissa Smith, and Aaliyah Boston are all vying for the trophy. So who will take it home? The 2022 John R. Wooden Men's and Women's Player of the Year Award is presented by Wendy's.
When others treat your fries as an afterthought, all you're left with are cold, soggy fries. That's why Wendy's new fries are ones you won't forget, guaranteed to be hot and crispy, or we'll replace them. We're talking natural cut, skin-on fries, perfectly seasoned with a hint of sea salt. In fact, they're even preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. These are fries so hot and crispy, they beg a new question.
What would you like with your fries?
Try them today, only at Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, taste preference based on a national taste test by an independent research company.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can really control your savings. Because when you drive less, you save more with pay per mile. So you're really in control of your savings, only paying for the miles you drive. Yeah, life is good when you're in the driver's seat. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Live, Loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the Morning. Live from Los Angeles. Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is R&R in the morning. My R today is renewed.
You feeling better, Rob?
Rudy, as always. Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Because what was that? Sunday night, we stayed up to about 12:30, but by the time you wind down, you don't fall asleep till 1-ish, and then we're right back up at 3.
Keep in mind that 12:30 here is 2:30 there. Yeah. And 1-ish is...
Our clock is off,
so,
and then all of that combined. So last night, we called it a night early, like the responsible radio hosts that we are.
Consider what we do for you.
Yeah. Because trust me, it was tempting when Jason says, hey, guys, let's go hit a bar or two. And I'm looked at him, and then I looked at Rob, and then I looked at my watch, and I was like,
Jimenez seeking into a seat.
No, dude, Jimenez was he was in the twilight zone. Like he saw orb.
I love me some Mike Jimenez. He's a unique individual in many, many ways.
Uh-oh.
This morning it could have gotten.
What happened?
I could have. I chose not to. I chose not. I did not choose violence when I easily could have. See, Mike is tasked in the mornings, and it sucks.
It sucks for him. Jason knows how to party. Yes, AD, because he doesn't do a show till 4.
He doesn't. He gets sleep in. I remember those weeks.
Don't do that, AD.
The good old days, as 2 afternoon slobs are now waking up early in the morning. But and I understand that Jimenez also is not accustomed to the alarms that we have to live by.
No.
So we have to get up at 2:30 our time. I do, to be ready to get here to do the show. So that would be 4:30 y'all's time, and that's actually later than I get up at home. We're getting up a little bit later, but it is Super Bowl. So Mike has to drive us from our Airbnb to the convention center, which is a little over 9 miles. There is a direct route. He has now driven 5 times. He still doesn't know the way. I don't understand why he doesn't know the way. It is a right at Ralph's. It is a left at Popeyes. That's all you need to know. Doesn't matter that you're going from Pico to Figueroa. Just know when you see the Ralph's, you take a left. And when you see the Popeyes, you take a right at Ralph's and you take a left at Popeyes, and it will take you directly to where we need to be.
You know what though? And
so okay.
This is the thing, Rob. In defense to him, when you become reliant on GPS, you're not even paying attention to the landmarks. Okay. Now you're from that school.
Okay.
You're from that school
right.
where it's like you want to know where you're at and where you're going at all times. Like I've traveled with you 3 times now, and your recall of how to, where to, when to is phenomenal. Like it's on point. I'm not like
our generation.
I'm like Jimenez. Yeah, I'm like Jimenez. Like if I'm on my GPS, I don't really pay attention to the Popeyes or to the Ralphs.
All right, no, I agree with you. But he has that device in his possession.
He does.
So
and he's asking you
if you don't know the way,
yeah.
You're the driver.
He did it. He asked you 4 questions today on the way over here.
Okay, so that was just getting here. Now let's talk about getting out of our driveway.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about.
It's hard.
It's not easy.
It's not.
The way that we have to park, you have to pull into a gate, which every home in
South Central has a gate.
You pull into the gate that's at the driveway at the sidewalk, and you have to take an immediate left in from the turn in into the parking spot. On the right hand side, as you come into the driveway, is a cement wall and an iron fence that goes about 8 feet. That runs the entirety of this, I'd say, 65-foot driveway. We don't get the whole driveway. We just get part of it. We have to share because as the driveway goes down, there is another part too. There's another apartment. They have a way out. If you drive all the way through the driveway, you can exit there. But because there's been 2 cars there, we've been kind to the renters, and we've been kind of parking out of the way in case somebody needed to come and go. But to back out is not easy. It took him 4 minutes and I don't know, 5 tries to get out of the driveway.
It took him a while, but I was like, it's maybe because it's 3:30 in the morning.
I gave him that benefit of the doubt yesterday.
Yeah, it was a task.
And he got in, and he tried to get out. He tried to get out the wrong way to start things. He was starting to back out, and I turned. I said, dude, I don't think it's possible to back that direction without hitting something and getting out of the driveway. Now, you probably could, but it'll be inches forward, inches back, inches forward, inches back, which will take far more time than I want to risk because I have got to get to 7-Eleven this morning if I don't get any coffee. And the clock was ticking. So we're sitting in this car backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Let me try this again. Backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Boom.
I was getting so
backwards,
irritated.
boom.
Yeah.
And I was trying. And
what was it?
He hit the wall. I don't know. And you know when you're with somebody who's getting frustrated but trying to hold it in, and it changes the electricity in the air. You could tell I was getting stressed. Mike knew that I was getting stressed.
Yeah,
and
I saw you look out the window. When I saw you looking out the window, scratching your head, I'm like, oh, Rob's mad.
Like, dude.
I was just sitting back. And then I already know, like, when you're driving other people that you don't normally drive with, you're already a little bit
tense.
More.
And I know the boss is sitting there, and I'm getting a little tense. But
yeah,
if it was my son, I'd have said, get out. I just said, all right, put it in park, man.
That's why I'm not getting behind the wheel. I don't need that stress in my life. I already got enough grace. The last thing I need is y'all mad at me because I can't get out the damn driveway.
I'm not asking him to do brain surgery. All we're talking about is backing a van out of a driveway.
It was like driver's ed school this morning. It was brutal. It was brutal. He's driving backwards for us. He's driving, Lenore, because Rob and I are trying to get dropped off in the front because parking here is 50, 60, some places $80. So we've been Ubering and we've been getting dropped off. So we don't spend. Who wants to spend 50? And there's no in and out on your 50. It's not like when we leave to go get Jason and Joe that they're gonna be like, okay, here's a wristband, come back and park again. No. So that's why he's driving us. And it's not like Jason and Joe are gonna get up and do it.
No.
So you have the rookie do it.
Right. And
that's natural, and he doesn't mind it.
I mean, it's a 20-minute round trip. It's not like it's an hour on the road.
It was a Ben Simmons free throw.
Oh, man.
For him getting out of the driveway. He didn't even want to shoot.
And again, in his defense, it is a large van.
It is a big
it's
minivan.
The first time he's had to drive it. And I can get over that.
And it's tight.
But, dude, you have made the drive back and forth from our house to this place at least 5 times. No the way. I shouldn't have to concentrate on your job. You're driving. I'm not navigating.
The backing out, I will give you.
Yeah.
You should bust him up about that. Though I can't get home without GPS right now.
You've not driven yet. I'll give you that. You've been in the back seat. I don't expect you to know the way. He, on the other hand, has come several times. Like, dude, it is a right at Ralph's, a left at Popeyes. That's all you need to know. That you're not going to see another Ralph's. You're not going to see another Popeyes. Ralph's, Popeyes.
Do y'all hear the frustration?
Popeyes to Ralph's. Let me zone out. It's like when my wife is driving and she goes, "So I take this exit?" I'm like, "I don't know where we're going." And then we're right up on it. You got to make a decision. And we always invariably make the wrong one. And I'm like, "Honey, why didn't you ask me? Let me, you're driving. You either tell me you want me to navigate or let me zone out. Tell me I'm going to need you. I'm with you. But let me know. Don't come to me at the last second and go, "What are we doing?"
No, this is what my wife does. It drives me crazy. She'll have the GPS on her phone. I'm driving. Instead of keeping the damn GPS open, she goes to Facebook and Instagram. I'm coming up to exit. She ain't telling me anything.
Oh, yeah.
So then she's like, "You passed it." Yeah, because you worried about what your cousin's doing on Facebook. Leave the GPS open.
Why now you get my frustration.
I'm like, come on, babe. Like, you don't know how many times I pass exits because she just got to get a quick scroll in. You got to go look at some clothes. I'm like, just leave the GPS open. And then, you know what? Then she gets mad at me because I open my phone. I'm like, I just put it on my phone. I don't want your phone. If you got to scroll that bad, just scroll. I'll handle the directions.
I'd actually prefer you scrolling.
But yeah, the silence was deafening. The silence was loud, excuse me. The silence was loud because Rob was clearly frustrated this morning.
But I got my coffee, and I'm a new man.
And we're good.
I'm a new man.
I got 3 5-hour energies.
So we are in good shape.
I'm not all natural, Karl. I'm sorry.
We have to.
Sorry, I don't know if I can be your friend.
No,
I'm
you're
not
good.
all natural. I'm good? Okay.
Did you have some of your pecan roast this morning, Karl?
I did. It's all right this morning.
Dude, I miss your coffee.
Yeah, we missed but he's properly caffeinated to do what he's got to do.
Is he?
I would like to do. We're going to find out right now.
Let's do it.
He's caffeinated. He's ready. It is time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Well, the Olympics are going on, so let's get an Olympic update real quick. As Canada women's hockey team overcomes Team USA's shot advantage and rivalry win to close out Beijing Olympics preliminary round. Canada entered the top seed in Beijing's Olympics women's hockey tournament with a 4-2 win over the United States on Tuesday, despite getting outshot 53-27 by the Americans. Forward Brianne Jenner scored 2 goals, and goalie Anne Renee DeBens made 51 saves for Canada as the U.S. dominated shots on goal but couldn't convert its chances. The quote is, "We have had a lot of offensive zone time and generated a lot of shots, but shots don't win games, goals do. We ended up on the wrong side of the goal," U.S. coach Joel Johnson said. Canada 4-0 finished Group A, while USA 3-1 ended up in second. The preliminary final was only for seeding, and the entirety of the group automatically qualified for medal rounding that begins Friday. Y'all gonna watch women's hockey? Come on. I think that'd be the biggest one.
No, but check this out, Karl. Serious question. There's a professional women's hockey league, right?
I would imagine.
Well, kind of.
Because, how do they stay in shape for this? So there has to be one.
I'm sure internationally there is a women's hockey league that pays their.
I don't mind losing to Canada in hockey.
It's a rivalry the likes of which it's the biggest rivalry in hockey.
Why were they in the same group?
Yeah, that's one of those questions.
They'll probably be in the finals against each other, right?
That seems that way, right?
Karl, keep us updated. I want to watch the final. I don't want to watch the preliminary, but I want to watch the finals because it is a rivalry. But if Canada beats us in hockey, I'm like, okay, of course they did. Beat us in basketball, then I'll talk.
Moving on.
Beat us in football, damn it.
Headline 1.
Typical
careful.
stupid American.
Team Canada basketball is on the rise. We need to be careful what we threaten about Canada.
Well,
Karl,
they're a distant.
I'll bet you a mortgage payment they never beat us.
I mean, that's a long-term bet right there, but okay.
My mortgage is $300.
Headline 1 is Houston Texans hire Lovie Smith as head coach. Smith was the Houston Texans' associate head coach and defensive coordinator this past season. Quote, "Smith is one of the most respected coaches in the NFL and an established leader," Texans general manager Nick Caserio said in a statement released by the team. A proven winner, Lovie has shown the ability to develop players both on and off the field for years. We had numerous discussions with countless coaches, executives, and players, and what revealed itself is that Lovie has both leadership and people skills it takes to lead us forward. We both understand how much work is in front of us, but we embrace the responsibility and look forward to continuing to build a program that can have sustained success. The Texans will not receive compensatory draft picks, though, through the Smith hire. Under the league's Rooney Rule, teams receive 2 third-round picks for developing a minority assistant who is hired for a head coaching job. However, because Smith is not leaving for another team and has not been on Houston's staff for 2 years, the Texans will not receive compensation.
Rob, what you think?
The Texans were kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't in this situation. They obviously wanted Josh McCown. John McClain said it yesterday. They wanted Josh McCown, but the optics were too great to overcome. So they went with what they know. I appreciate Lovie Smith. I think he gonna be okay, but it's just okay. They didn't do anything to move their program forward. They're not better today with Lovie Smith than they were yesterday.
I think Brian Flores is better. I think Brian Flores is a better hire. And I love Lovie. Lovie took my team to a Super Bowl, but I think Brian Flores a little bit fresher, a little bit newer ideas. But I'll take it where I can get it.
So, do you agree with the fact that they didn't hire him because of the lawsuit?
Yeah. Of course. I mean, and that's why when his lawyer says, well, it's because of the lawsuit, of course. But Brian said that in his statement, like, look, I know I'm jeopardizing my future by going with this lawsuit, and now it's started. It's officially started. All 9 jobs are filled. Brian Flores, if not for the lawsuit, probably gets one.
Oh, no doubt.
But he clearly thought he wasn't or he wouldn't have filed the suit.
I think he was so mad at that series of texts that it was like, that's enough.
Right.
And we always say you never turn down these jobs.
No,
if you get offered, you take the job. You just have to.
Yeah.
And I think he put himself in a situation where they couldn't offer him. I still believe he's entirely employable in the NFL, and we'll get one sooner than later. And I think
just not while this case is open.
What it shows me with McNair, though, is it just shows the fundamental weakness that he has as an owner, that he won't take that step. If it truly is, my team would have been better with Flores, but the optics of the lawsuit, I couldn't do it. Well, he wasn't suing you.
It's just the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Broncos.
Right, and he's not suing the league. He's suing those three teams. And you didn't do anything wrong. It just tells me again that the Texans are not going to try to improve their franchise. They don't get it.
No, I like the hire. I like
the hire. It's a placeholder. They're no better today. And when you're hiring a new coach, the intent is I am better today than I was yesterday.
Right.
Or at least in a better position. And I think Lovey's Culley.
Again, I don't think Culley should have got fired. Culley got those. They didn't quit. They were in a lot of games. Culley should not have been fired. So, I mean, if we really want to get to the root of it.
Watch your back, Lovey. That's all I can say. Watch your back. But you know where you are.
See, that's the thing. Is this just another setup? Like, we still going to suck for a while, so let's just bring in Lovey. See, that's the other part of it, JB. So, we'll see.
Moving on.
Headline 0.
You never say never. Tom Brady addresses possibility of coming out of retirement. Not even a week after he formally announced his retirement from the NFL, Tom Brady is already dropping hints of a possible comeback. On Monday during Let's Go SiriusXM podcast, Jim Gray asked Brady if there was a possibility of coming out of retirement. Brady left the door open for a possible NFL return. His quote, "I'm just going to take things as they come," Brady said. "I think that's the best way to put it, and I don't think anything. You never say never. At the time, I know I feel very good about my decision. I don't know how I'll feel 6 months from now. I try to make the best possible decision I can in the moment, which I did this last week. And again, I don't think I'm looking to reverse course. I'm definitely not looking to do that. But at the same time, I think you have to be realistic that you never know what challenges there are going to be in life. And I love playing. And I'm looking forward to doing things that other than playing. That's honestly as I can be. That's as honest as I can be." Yeah, is what he said. So basically, he's going to come back eventually.
Don't be that guy, Tom. Don't be that guy.
Mike did it. Brett Favre did it.
Don't be the guy. Tell me how pretty I am. Don't be that guy that has the low self-esteem that has to have us prove to him every couple of months. Yeah, we still think you got it, and you can turn us down again. We know you're pretty, Tom. You always will be. You don't have to threaten. You never say never. Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
See, it's either you have the guy that just refuses to close the door, or you have the guy that's just like, yo, I'm done. I know I'm done, and I'm gone. Like, there's no in between. And Tom's just one of those guys that's like, if I leave the league, are the fans still going to love me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the roar of the crowd, that it's tough. And it would be tough for me. I got a huge ego. And if I came to that point, I'm like, dude, what would I be? Who am I going to be? Like, yeah, you got money, but you got to remember, he's been set for life for 10 years. So it's not a money thing. Like, people are like, you got all the money in the world. It's not the money. It's the roar of the crowd, the love. You're Tom Brady. You know what I mean? So it will probably be tough for me as well.
It makes me think, first of all, that he made this decision rash.
Maybe he just wants to play 8 games.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, let me come in. Hey, I'll stay in shape, Bruce.
Don't be that Don't be the mercenary.
In week 10.
Don't be the guy, because it will not end well. That's when things start going south.
When it goes bad.
You'll come back. No matter how well you fought the fight against Father Time, you're losing.
No, of course he's not.
So you think you're going to be able to come back, but it just shows me that bit of his character that just shows, don't forget about me. The moment I start thinking people haven't bought a TB12 product, I might just let it leak through my ventriloquist dummy that is named Jim Gray. How far does Tom Brady's hand go up Jim Gray's ass? Does he just make him speak?
Yeah. Jim, I don't know what it is about Jim. Kobe loves Jim. Tom loves him. He's had some really good relationships he's developed over these decades. I don't know what it is about Jim, but they love him.
Well, they do. I don't know what the quid pro quo is.
Yeah, I don't either.
If there's news to be had, just don't be that guy, Tom.
He already is that guy, Rob.
You shouldn't have. He hadn't struck me as that in the past. He's not a media hound.
He wears Uggs.
He's married to a model.
He wears Uggs.
You know, he's married.
If you wear Uggs, you need high fives and applause.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we've reached the basis of the problem.
That ain't about no check. Tom got money. So when Uggs comes to you, it's not about the money. You're rich.
They're warm, comfortable.
You
shoes.
like them. He likes them.
Those are warm, cozy.
You wear Uggs, you need people telling you how handsome you are and how great your diet is.
You wear Uggs, you want people to comment on your skin.
Yeah.
Oh, you have.
Hey, what are you using?
Skin. What's your moisturizer? If you wear Uggs, you probably do use a moisturizer.
I use moisturizer, but I don't wear Uggs. I use my wife's moisturizer. I try to keep it shiny, but it's not too shiny. I didn't put my lotion. I forgot my lotion.
I think I might need something.
I forgot my lotion at home, man. And my skin is.
I'd like to apologize to all our early birds for what I'm doing right now. It is obvious by
through the StreamYard, your mustache looks a lot lower.
I know, it looks awful. I look awful. I look like I spent last night with Minix and Reinagel instead of comfortably in my bed. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
When we get back, Major League Baseball has made a decision that will eventually right a wrong in many people's eyes or further a wrong in many people's eyes. But the decision, I think, is pretty important. And let's not forget the backdrop of where the decision was made. As the players and management sit out, as no movement is made on the new CBA with Major League Baseball, the league itself announced something that might get lost in the news. But we'll talk about it next. That will fundamentally change how I think the All-Star or the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame looks. And our attitudes about previous stars might change a bit. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but we'll look at it. Lots of Super Bowl talk coming up as well.
And DeJounte.
And we still promise we're going to talk DeJounte as he is an all-star.
Karl's going to drive to L.A. and kick our ass if we don't.
And we're excited for it. You might want to stay real close to your radio because you hear the Reverend have a couple of tickets.
Yes.
Hold on tight. You're on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. I want to talk to you guys that are dealing with teeth pain. If you're dealing with a toothache, if you are in the midst of one of those 3-visit doctor visits for a tooth that you've already had filled twice, gotten a crown, or had a root canal and you're still dealing with it, if you've got toothache right now, or maybe it's time for your wisdom teeth to be removed, or it's time to consider dental implants, I want you to consider Dr. Mark Habercorn at River City Oral Surgery. First of all, Dr. Habercorn is a tremendous dentist. He is a licensed physician, a dentist as well. And his specialty is tooth removal and implants. That's what he does. He does it very well. He does it right here in San Antonio. Doesn't travel around. He's not one of those that flies into a town, takes care of a bunch of patients, then flies out. He's here for pre-care and post-care. Got a beautiful office at I-10 and 1604. Great facility, great staff. It's how he does business that sets him apart from other maxillofacial surgeons, because he doesn't accept insurance. And that, when you hear that, it's a little shocking. But when you consider the outcome, it's really worth your time, because the way that he bills, because he doesn't have to deal with insurance companies, he can give you a bottom line price, an exact price for what procedures cost. That alone is unique for me. So if you need to have a tooth removed, go to rivercityoms.com. You'll see the price. You need 2 teeth removed. You need wisdom teeth removed. You need implants, 1, 2, 3 teeth, full jaw, all the full mouth. The price is the price. They don't accept insurances. Now, they'll certainly help you file. They'll offer a payment program if required, if you need it. And at the end of the day, they'll save you money. 9 times out of 10, you will save more money than you will with your insured plan with another dentist. So it's worth your time. The number you need to know is 210-778-0002. You got a couple of college kids or high school kids that it's time for their wisdom teeth being removed. You don't know what it's going to cost? Check out rivercityoms.com. Call Dr. Mark Habercorn today. River City Oral Surgery's number is 210-778-0002. I'll say it again, 778-0002. Their website, River City Oral Surgery, or rivercityoms.com. Listen to me, $1,300 for a dental implant. That includes everything: exams, x-rays, post-op, pre-op, $20,900 to replace an entire jaw, implants, all of that included. You're not going to find a better deal. Call Dr. Habercorn, call River City OMS today, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Available at HEB.
The NBA announced on Monday that Spurs guard DeJounte Murray would be named an NBA All-Star this season as an injury replacement for Warriors forward Draymond Green. With Murray being an All-Star, the Spurs will have had at least one All-Star in 41 of the 45 years the Spurs have been in the NBA. That is the most in that span among NBA franchises. In Texas NBA action tonight, the Dallas Mavericks will be hosting the 12-win Detroit Pistons. That game gets started at 7:30 at the American Airlines Center. And in a thriller in Austin, number 20 Texas Longhorns knocked off 8th-ranked Kansas 79-76 in Big 12 play last night. UT was led by forward Timmy Allen with 24 points, and the Longhorns went on a 7-0 run to end the game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If I'm going to work from my home office, I need my home office to work for me.
It's possible at Staples. To be most productive, my home office needs to have everything my office has. Also possible because your local Staples store has the tools your business needs to get work done from home. And right now, you can save up to 40% on select chairs to put the finishing touch on your home office. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 2/26. In-store only while supplies last.
Hey, Jim! Thanks for coming.
Are you kidding? I never miss one of your dinner parties. How's the new job?
We're growing fast, and I stopped working weekends thanks to how much smoother everything runs on NetSuite by Oracle.
Fantastic. We're still using QuickBooks.
Why haven't you upgraded to NetSuite?
We're making QuickBooks work, sort of.
Shh, watch your language. The kids are right there. Sorry, Amy. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. And 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since upgrading from QuickBooks to NetSuite.
Yeah, sounds like it's time for me to switch to NetSuite. Over 27,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite has a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/radar. Head to netsuite.com/radar for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/radar.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? Well, radio has been called theater of the mind, so let's tell a story with sound effects. Wow, it's like I was in the story. Almost makes me forget this was supposed to be about saving big with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have taxiety? That uncertain feeling before doing your taxes? Connect with Liberty Tax and then just breathe in and cash out.
Get your refund faster with direct deposit to a Deep Blue debit account.
Deep Blue.
Visit StopTaxiety.com to schedule your appointment, and let's end taxiety. Liberty Tax. Faster access to funds based on comparing refunds via direct deposit versus a mailed paper check. Terms and conditions apply.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. Have you ever cooked a really fine gourmet meal?
Yeah, me neither. But I'm told it all comes down to the ingredients. And when I need ingredients to improve my car, the place I go is eBay Motors. Whether you roasted your last transmission, graded your current floor mats, or pureed your side view mirror on a lamppost, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. And by the way, if you recently fired up your grill, don't worry, eBay Motors has grills too. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Predict the perfect score and win $50,000.
We want more money.
Presented by
Yeah,
Dietz Tractor. Guess now and win at sasportstar.com.
Oh, baby, love it happen. Love it happen.
R&R in the Morning returns. Your big game coverage brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Nearside app, Texas Cheer Liquor. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. That's right. When you hear it, you know. Dial us. 656-3776-656 ESPN or your Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. Caller number 5 is going to go check out the Love and Happiness Tour, the AT&T Center, the Illusions Theater at the Alamo Dome. We'll have.
it is Illusions. It's in the Alamo Dome, but they cut it in half.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah,
I don't know. Why did that? You think there'd be a sponsorship name other than just a name?
Yeah,
I think on the business side, but they just played the curtain up or whatever, and they have sides.
Their own thing.
It's a great show. They've come 17 years. There's the dance. It's a jam.
Yeah,
it's a good night for a Valentine's show, and we've got your tickets. Caller number 5 is going to get 2 tickets. If you did not win, you can go to Ticketmaster.com. We'll be giving them away for the rest of the week. Again, that's Love and Happiness. Mr. Bobby Brown will be in the building.
Anthony Hamilton.
He's leading the show.
Yeah, love me some Anthony. I've seen him already one time.
I've not.
Good show. It sounds just like his album in person.
We'd like to apologize to Miggy, who reached out. He's a YouTube watcher, listener.
Yeah.
And I understand his
Miggy,
frustration.
I apologize.
We've been threatening. Some would say teasing. I don't know. We'll talk some Spurs. Let's do this. DeJounte Murray is chosen by those that know as an all-star. And you know what? 3 weeks ago, when we first started, skeptical. I didn't think he deserved it. At the end of the day, I like the way he's progressed as a player, but the line that he was standing in the West, there are just a lot of guys. But over the last 3 weeks, I'll be really honest with you, I got a chance to see him play live a couple of times. And there's such a huge difference from that when you're watching it on TV. You get to see the demeanor, you see what's going on to the side of the camera, what's going on with the team, how he reacts with his coaches. It is unquestionably his team, and he's an unquestionable all-star. He carries himself that way. So it didn't surprise me. And as the last couple of days we started talking about it, the Draymond cheerleading helped.
Mm-hmm.
And let's give some credit to Carolina Teague, our Spurs insider. She jumped on this a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, she has been. She has been.
I didn't discredit his talent or skill. I just discredited the group he was standing with. The fact that he's in, I think that the NBA made a wise move.
I don't have a problem with it because everybody that should be above him is in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Devin Booker's in, Luka's in, Donovan Mitchell's in, Chris Paul is in. I don't think he should have been ahead of any of those guys. So if those guys are in who are the starters, Carl? Is it John, Steph?
Yes. Yeah, and I think Wiggins also got in there as well, which threw things off. Yeah.
Wiggins is front court. But due to the fact that all those guys are in, of course not. And again, we love DeJounte. I just felt like when we got to listing the guards, we were just like,
there's not enough room.
It wasn't enough room. But with all those guys in, I mean, Devin, Chris Paul, they have the best record in the league. They should be in. Donovan Mitchell, I think they're the 3rd seed. Luka, he's a 5th or 6th seed. Steph, 2nd seed. Ja, they're 3rd or 4th seed. Those guys should be in. Now that those guys are in, yes, absolutely DeJounte should be in. But, again, before we knew the list, when you're down in the bottom of the Western Conference, you have to put in you got to reward the winning first. And that was rewarded. And DeJounte is in now, deservedly so. He's put in the work. Again, after the ACL, it took a while. Everybody's not Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson comes back in 6 months and kills the league. Everybody's not that way. I think sometimes it takes a year mentally for you to fully feel like you. And that's what happened with DeJounte. And he's gotten the gym. And he's got his mid-range down, and he understands his leadership skills. and he's done a hell of a job. And I tip my cap to him, man. And as Karl put in his Sports Center, that's 41 of 45 All-Star games that the Spurs have had a representative. So tip your caps to yourself, San Antonio. Have some chips and salsa, have a big beer.
I like that. That number sounds good, but keep in mind, for a long time, every team got to send at least one.
Oh, there had to be
every team.
Baseball was like that too.
Yeah, so that you can disqualify those years. Let's talk about the years where you don't send. The Spurs still stand pretty tall.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had 20 years of Tim, Tony, and Manu. You're going to stand pretty tall, but I don't like that number because, quite frankly, last couple of years we've had all-stars that felt like they deserved it.
Yeah.
And DeMar obviously did by the play from this year. He was just lost. So that helps the Spurs in another way. You won't get lost down here. If you play well, the NBA will find you, and you will be an all-star. I hope DeJounte had a contract kicker for this. I would like to think he built in if I make an all-star game. Maybe, like that's your agent in the Spurs working out a deal, but I would like to think he'd get a little bit of gravy for going to the all-star game.
I would think so.
Now, the trade deadline, we're just a couple of days away from it, and it's starting to pick up a little bit. We get news yesterday that the Spurs and the Bulls had conversations regarding Jakob Poeltl, but the return for Jakob wasn't going to be enough. We wanted an experienced player, a young player, and draft picks, whatever we wanted.
It was a young player and a draft pick they wanted, and the Bulls didn't come with. Now, Stein didn't specify the deal, but according to what he thought, the Spurs wanted a little bit more.
Now, I'm reading this, and I will consider the source. And I have no reason to think the source is not good, but I hadn't heard it elsewhere. It's a rumor with Miles Turner. Now, we've talked about Miles Turner with the Pacers. He's been available for a couple months as the Pacers made it very available.
They want a king's ransom.
As Nate has arrived, that their best players are now on the block, and Miles and Sabonis are certainly in the trade market, and it wouldn't be surprising to hear either one of them. And both would fit well in the Spurs, though. If Sabonis was to arrive, I don't think there's room for Sabonis and Jakob Poeltl together, though I do think Turner.
Not together.
While the Spurs, haven't been in serious talks about Poeltl that we understand. According to this report, seemingly started from nowhere by Evan Massey of Hoops Analysis, and we talked about his Spurs thoughts the other day. He's had some ideas. He's verified on Twitter. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
According to his tweet, however, the Spurs have an interest in Turner and Domantas Sabonis and have discussed multiple frameworks with Indiana. Spurs fans, according to this article, have run wild with this and seeing Texas-born Turner in the silver and black. And I'm reading directly off of an article from Josh Paredes from Air Alamo that the Spurs have the interest in both. Turner, coming to the Spurs, while his floor spacing and three-point shots are marginally, is still capable of knocking down the long-range bombs. We know that Turner can play. Are we willing to give up the cost? But Miles Turner replied to a tweet from Evan Massey with the San Antonio on fire. So according to the social medias, that means he likes us, right? He checked the box, I like you, when he said San Antonio's on fire. With
really?
Yeah, he tweeted that.
He liked the tweet?
No, he actually tweeted a picture of SpongeBob SquarePants, a GIF looking between his legs like he's looking back at San Antonio. And the quote by Miles Turner is on his tweet yesterday, February the 7th at 12:18 a.m., San Antonio on fire, boy. So he likes us.
Does he? I didn't know that. Did not know that. Did not see that. Wow. I think at this point, Miles just wants to be anywhere.
Well, I think so.
I think he wants to be anywhere but Indiana. That's what it seems like.
Of every available free agent, of everyone that's out there that we could go get, Miles Turner better be number one on that list.
I would think so.
There's no better player for what the Spurs need right now than Miles Turner. Yeah. I love some Sabonis. I love what he can do, and he's probably a better player than Miles Turner. Not probably, he is. But for what we need, now that I've seen what Zach Collins can do, the pairing of Miles Turner and Zach Collins is the perfect fit, and I am willing to send a Jakob Poeltl for that easily and more to get a Miles Turner.
Right.
So the actual tweet, San Antonio on fire, boy, was from Miles Turner, May 6, 2014, when he was in high school.
Did he retweet it?
Oh.
And somebody quoted that with the SpongeBob GIF that you're talking about and tagged him. And then Turner responded to that tweet and said, damn, you went back to 2014? I was in high school, and he has a laughing emoji. Serious question, how long did that take?
So okay, that asks another question.
So then you got to think
the people that are digging into the socials.
But then you got to think though, May 2014, the Spurs are kicking.
They were on fire.
They were world champs.
They were world champs. Yeah. You know what I mean? But look, Indiana is going to want a lot for them.
Yes,
there's Ben Simmons, and then there's Miles Turner and Sabonis, as far as like asking prices. Because they're both really, really good, and it's just going to come. It just comes down to what are you willing to risk.
I'm willing to give up a lot for Miles Turner. If he will look at me the way I think he might look at me, I would be in the market with just about everybody on the team. It would be very difficult for me to pass up because I would still have enough, I think, to build a team even if I gave up a young
I'd want him
stud.
playing alongside of DeJounte, though. DeJounte's not.
I think I think it would come down to: do you want Miles Turner next to Keldon Johnson, or do you want Miles Turner next to DeJounte?
DeJounte.
And I would be happy with both.
The high screen and roll.
It would be a beautiful thing to watch.
The high screen and roll with Miles and DeJounte. Yeah, that
would be a
I
beautiful
need
thing.
that.
But at the same time, it also clears some space for Keldon to go to a position that he's much more comfortable at and stay at small forward. Have two
he
bigs
shouldn't
out
be
there
playing power forward.
to do what he does. So I do think if I had to make a hard decision, I am willing, as we sit right now, to trade away our only All-Star for Miles Turner.
And I'm not ready to invite Zach Collins to the barbecue yet.
Not yet.
I know you liked what you saw.
One game does not make a career.
He can't come and get a steak off the Traeger just yet.
But what I did see was what Pop saw.
And
what the capability of a stretch
I saw
4-5
will do for him. There was 3 or 4 moves where I was like, oh, there's some things in the bag. So I get that. But I still considering you're an outsider, you have to prove yourself even more.
I need a lot more.
That's San Antonio rules. If you're not drafted by us, we're going to make sure you got to prove to us that you belong here.
Well, think about how long Pop has been trying to get this with zero success.
Right.
And we get on him for getting stuck in the mud with an old offense that doesn't quite fit. But he started trying to find a stretch with Pau Gasol.
Yeah, they started making him practice 3-pointers.
And
they started making LaMarcus try to practice 3-pointers.
Threes. And all the idea being get out of the freaking lane, man. Yeah. Get out and let us use some of this
guys
talent.
To operate.
And with Zach there, now again, it was the Rockets. But when he was out of the lane, suddenly that, hitting threes and pulling the double toward him away from the other side, it just made that offense so much better.
Yeah, and then they're going to be tasked with the job of what is it? What do we want? What does our future hold with Jakob? Because clearly he is a hot commodity amongst teams that feel like they need a big. So I think the Spurs are going to have to come to grips with, okay, is this going to be our future big? Is this who we're going to grow with? Or is this somebody we feel like we really, really like him? Well, no, we love Pirtle, but depending on what we can get back, we're willing to trade you.
Yes.
So I think that's not an easy decision because I think he's really coming to his own this season. And guys that are willing to play defense you don't have to get. I like bigs that I don't have to call plays for. That's the NBA we're in now. That's why DeAndre Ayton is so beautiful for Phoenix because he's a true big that you're not running plays for. He's willing to eat the leftovers. Jakob is willing to eat the leftovers. He's willing to bang in the paint. He gets offensive rebounds, and he's willing to try and block shots. So do you say, this is who I want DeJounte and Primo to grow with? Or do you be like, damn, love you, man, but there's somebody else out there that I feel like could benefit us more? It's a tough decision because I really like what he's accomplished this year in the Spurs uniform.
He's earned every penny.
He has, man.
Earned every penny.
He has. That's Brian Wright. I wouldn't want to be Brian Wright when taking those phone calls on Jakob because I don't know because he's your only true big. I love Diop, but he can't do what Jakob does.
No, it comes down to ceiling and roof.
Right,
Jakob. I mean, he only can be so good. Now he can be,
which
really
is fine.
Good.
That's Primo's job. That's DeJounte's job. That's Keldon's job to go and get me the 20, the 30. That's their job. Jakob is there for the left. Like Jakob's like, oh, you ain't gonna eat that? I'll take it. That's what Jakob is there for. So I wouldn't want to be, and he's already had to turn Chicago down. So that lets you know that while they may be willing to trade him, he ain't going to just give us anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's better than what Toronto thought.
He was not the kicker in that deal, but he turned out to be the best thing that happened to the Spurs in that deal. Got coached up.
Yeah.
And in the end, I think we wanted Pascal Siakam. We wanted Siakam far more. And in the
Spicy
end,
P, their GM was too smart. He was like, I can't give you Spicy P.
And we never got what we would have wanted, but I think we ended up getting more than we expected.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we come back, as we sit in Hollywood, I imagine it's not too far from here. The Oscar nominations are out.
Yep.
And Tony Romo wants to be a producer. Everybody wants to be in Hollywood. As we sit live in Los Angeles, they can come and join us if they'd like. Sitting in the convention center, your big game coverage continues. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside app, Texas Cheer Liquors, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. When we come back, we're talking Hollywood from La La Land. You're on San Antonio's Sports Star. ESPN AM 1250. Take this time, just this quick second. You're probably looking at your knob, and you might not have gotten the 103.3 in there. Go there. Save it. We'll be right back. You're on R&R in the Morning here on San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are an entrepreneur or you are self-employed, I want to let you know something. You can get a free, yes, FREE, free business bank account at nearside.com. Shout out to nearside.com. One of our sponsors. They got us down here in the Los Angeles Convention Center. So shout out to them and all the other ones, but we're talking about Nearside right now. No hidden fees, just really, truly free. Nearside debit cards pay you back 2.2% in 2022. That's on everything you buy for taking care of business. So if your business, you need ladders, you need printers, work shoes, gas, propane, whatever it is that you need for your business account, for your business, you get 2.2% back on that. That is a great deal. Rob and I were just talking about, that's a really, really great deal. So if you have your own business, you really may want to go ahead and log on to nearside.com/free and check it out, because it's rough out here, man. And getting 2.2% back on what you have to spend of your own money, we all need that little break. And when you're trying to run a small business, every break counts. So entrepreneurs, self-employed, no hidden fees, truly free, 2.2% back. What are you waiting for? Get there now. Nearside.com/free.
The Rams, the Bengals. We've got you covered all week long, live from Los Angeles. Don't miss a minute all week from LA. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside app, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
When you order your Walgreens prescriptions with same-day delivery, it's possible you'll experience some side effects. Side effects may include joy that you won't run out of your pills, and disbelief at just how crazy fast the delivery came right to your door. Get your same-day prescription refill today on the Walgreens app.
To use same-day RX delivery or 1 to 2 business day delivery, you must be opted into prescription status alerts. It will appear as an option if orders before that store's cutoff time for the day. Certain health plans do not cover or participate in same-day RX delivery. Check with your health plan for further details. Excludes California.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Hola, Carla speaking. Carla's roofing company always goes above and beyond.
Yeah, we heard about next week's forecast.
She needs a new foreman to weather a storm of projects.
You mean another full crew before Wednesday? Mira, Jose, can you work Wednesday?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
We're following the Bengals and Rams all the way to LA. Live all week leading up to the big game. Don't miss a minute all week long. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on halftime today at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Yeah. You're on 4.
The button is hit. I got to hire a better on-site engineer than myself.
We needed somebody to travel with us.
It's R&R in the morning as we sit live in the cavernous Los Angeles Convention Center. Your big game coverage continues. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. Hits the R&R. Karl sitting comfortably in the glass box of fun. And as usual, I've rushed up against the break, much like Mike Jimenez backing up a minivan at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's all about execution.
Yeah. And dude, Rob chose violence this morning.
I should have sat in the back seat, and honestly, that's what I did.
So real quick, we're up against it. Media type comes over. Diehard Rams fan does radio here in LA. Diehard Rams fan says, man, I can't believe the NFL didn't give us a team for 28 years. And Rob looks him dead in his face and says, no, it's not the NFL's fault. It's your fans' fault. I'm like, damn, Rob. Like, you just let the man have his moment. Like, damn, what is wrong with you today?
They continually get punked by the rest of the state. The Rams play San Diego Chargers, roll in there and kick their ass. The Rams play again. San Francisco 49ers roll down here and kick their ass. Then a Raiders fan rolls in and kick their ass. I mean, Rams fan, what Rams fan?
This dude, poor dude, he's excited.
St. Louis fan comes in and kicks their ass.
Yeah, he's excited. He's like, yeah, we're going to blow him out. And Rob's like, no, it's not the NFL's fault. It's Cheryl's fault. I'm like, damn, dog. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry about it.
I'd like to apologize for my partner. He woke up and chose violence. He's already beaten up his own midday.
Dude, it's like, can you believe they didn't give us a team for 28 years? And Rob, no, not the NFL's fault, but it's y'all's fault. I'm like, damn. I wanted to walk away, Karl. Let's go to break, dog. This
we'll come back
on one today.
You think I'm mad at him? Wait till we talk Kyler Murray at 9:30. We got a lot to talk about. We'll round out your Super Bowl coverage in the next hour when we come back. We'll look at the events that are coming today, what Minix and Reinagel have on tap, along with Mike Jimenez, the schedule of events. We're rounding around to the musicians are going to be talking on Thursday, which we will.
I hope.
They better.
I hope.
We better see a Snoop. We better.
Somebody's not sure. We got him.
Then rank them. Who do you want to see most? In no particular order. No,
Dre.
rank them. Dre number 1, right?
Dre's 1 for me. Mary is number 2.
Oh, Mary. Okay. No Eminem. He didn't rank in your top 2. Snoop would be 2 for me. It would be. It might be Snoop. Might be number 1 for me.
See, I've never seen Mary in concert.
Me either.
So I want to see Mary. Mary's the queen. But it'd be Dre. He's worth $1 billion.
Well, Dre's Dre.
Then Mary, then Snoop, then M.
See Eminem, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, neither. Whatever. Mom spaghetti.
Hey, hang on. We got a whole hour of absolute fun-filled hijinks coming to you live from Los Angeles.
Just go around taking people's souls.
Jeez. We'll be right back. R&R, we're going to go break some hearts and take some candy from kids on the next break. R&R in the morning continues here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Is it? Oh, sorry, Karl. You want an accurate cash offer to buy your car, Karl? You want to be certain about your decision? Do you want an easy and stress-free experience? Do you want to work with a reputable local company? And do you want to be paid in under an hour? If your answer is yes, then that means Car Zeus is for you. Let me talk to my people that owe a little bit of money. You're kind of in a financial crunch. You hate your car, but you still owe some money on it, but you know you need to get out of it. Why not give Car Zeus a shot? quite a bit of their business is done with people that owe money on their vehicles. How does it work? Easy. You're going to cut a check to the title owner, and then they're going to, if there's any money left over, they'll cut you a check. Now, maybe the situation is there's no money left over for you, but guess what? You are out of that financial crunch. So there's always a plus side with CarZeus. So if you owe a little bit of money or you don't owe money, car's paid off, but you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm ready for something new. I'm thinking about trading this within. Let me tell you something, man. The car industry right now is crazy. Used cars, new cars, whatever the case may be, man, they're quite a bit of money above sticker. So the best thing you can do right now, walking into a dealership, is walk in with the check in your hand. Trust me, that ain't had nothing to do with CarZeus. That's just facts. So if you walk in there with a trade-in in today's climate with vehicles, you're gonna get took behind the woodshed. So what I suggest you do, I'm not suggesting you go and just sell the car right away. I'm suggesting you at least give CarZeus a shot, see what they have to offer, and make your decision from there. And the reason I tell you that, there's no obligation. Trust me, I know how it is. I hate dealing in a situation where I feel like, okay, if I do this, then they're going to be harassing me. I hate it. So it's huge to me that CarZeus isn't that way. So that's what you're thinking about. Just give them a shot. Go to carzeus.com/referral. If you're referring somebody, get the referral link and get you some Amazon money. But if you're just thinking about it or you need to get that financial crunch, check them out. Let them know R&R in the Morning sent you. That's carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com.
They're 4 quarters away from the championship. The Rams, the Bengals. Balls will be flying and pads will be cracking as both teams give their all for pigskin immortality.
All right, let's do this.
San Antonio Sports Star is live from LA all week leading up to the game. The latest news, moves, and A-list guests. Don't miss a minute all week. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Gia Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6. For lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game, get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, team, it's a full house. We got to pick up the pace.
At Hank's Restaurant, the line goes around the block.
Is this for 12? Okay, I need the truffle oil drizzle.
What he needs is another line cook.
Oh, man. Are the quail breasts still in the sous vide? Dave, can you keep an eye on that, please?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
50/50 Entertainment presents the 17th Annual Love and Happiness Show. Saturday, February 12th, 7 p.m. at Illusion Theater inside the Alamo Dome. Starring...
Hey, what's up? This is Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton.
I can't stay away from you.
Bobby Brown. Also on the show, Kay Michelle. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or call 800-745-3000. Avoid those Ticketmaster fees and get your tickets at the Alamo Dome box office. COVID is still so real. Mask up. Guidelines will be in place. The 17th Annual Love and Happiness Show. Saturday, February 12th, 7 p.m. at Illusion Theater inside the Alamo Dome. See you at the show.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo and Maria in Miami. Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana. Taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's time. Time to get in shape. Hit the gym. Work up a sweat. You're going to need some energy. A lot of energy. A 5-hour energy. With vitamins and essential nutrients, they provide an alert, energized feeling that keeps you going. All without sugar or herbal stimulants. Are you ready? 5-hour energy. For every workout. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the Morning, live from Los Angeles, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is R&R in the morning. He's Rudy. I'm Rob.
Good morning. Good morning.
Who can't seem to hit the right buttons. We're glad you're with us here in Los Angeles.
How did you end up on 4? That's what's throwing you off.
I didn't set this up. Yeah. So when the afternoon slaps get here, we're minus 2 headsets. I don't know why they took them.
Why are they taking headsets home? Is it because Jason's scared of ear mics?
Yeah, he does have that unnatural fear.
He got ear mics once, and ever since he doesn't want anyone to use his headphones.
So, we can tell the difference, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
And now he's infecting Joe Reinagle's mind. So we don't have that. And then they took every charging cube possible.
It's like, dude, they're playing like Westbrook. They just looking for their own shot.
They're just, yeah.
Like, come on, man. Be a team player, guys. We need cubes. We need head. What do we had? What do we had a guest today? Y'all just left us with no extra headset. I would have had to give up mine.
Which not have been right. We would have had to go old school, borrow from somebody else, I guess.
Dude.
Starting to pick up here around Radio Row. It's always a slow build. This year, I think for the COVID protocols, we're in the convention center, and right next to us is NFL Live. And what really gives Media Row the presence is when the fans start arriving on Thursday. When you got people walking by, and that's when all of the stars, the B-list, the C-list people start showing up to get their names in the media car wash, as it were. And today in Los Angeles, it's kind of a big day as they have offered the Oscar nominations are out.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know what. See, ever since COVID, I've lost track of what movies are really movies that qualify, what came out on stream, are there movies on the Oscar list that actually didn't go to the movies?
Yeah,
I'm confused how it works now with COVID ruining our lives.
The movie that got the most nominations, I think it went direct to Netflix. It's something about a dog. It's got Benedict Cumberbatch, who, by the way, I'm pretty convinced is an alien on his own. With the nominations, it looks like both. The thing about this year, and even more so than last, is when the last Oscars, at least some of those movies I had seen at a theater.
Yeah.
This one, I haven't been to a theater. Not one. Not for anything that's on the list. I would think that they would have had to include them completely.
Do they do the Oscars right here?
Here's the Best Picture nomination.
Let's go.
Belfast.
Never heard of it.
Coda.
Never
which
heard
was that was the one about the deaf. It had a hearing impaired facet to it.
Okay.
I watched that one. Don't Look Up.
Oh, Don't Look Up. It was Leonardo DiCaprio. I liked that movie. Who was it? Of course, it was Jimenez that said it was stupid. I think Pledge said it was.
I don't believe I've seen it.
I think Pledge said it was stupid. I can't remember. I know Jimenez said it was stupid.
Drive My Car.
No. You got something, Karl? You put the headset on. I always think you're about to chime in.
Yeah, I liked Don't Look Up.
Me too.
It's a modern day idiocracy. It pretty much just shows how people are
my goodness.
dumb.
Yeah,
and all that
I
kind of
watched
stuff.
Don't Look Up. So that one went right to Netflix too, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it was Oscar worthy. I thought it was a fun watch, but it didn't come off to me as Oscar worthy.
It was a farce is what it was.
It was making fun of us.
They tried to be a little bit too smart for their own good. I felt like, but yeah, adequate. King Richard. Oh, Dune. I saw Dune.
King Richard is Will Smith, right?
Mm-hmm. About the Serena and
Serena and Venus.
I didn't see it. Licorice Pizza. I've seen a lot of advertisements. It's one of those Russ whatever movies back in. He makes a very particular type of movie. The director of this, and this is another one of his. Nightmare Alley. I don't know what that one is.
No clue.
The Power of the Dog led with 12 nominations. It's a Western that has Benedict Cumberbatch and a couple of others.
You know what's not right? The discrimination of the Oscar family against Marvel. Like, all Marvel does is make the most money year round, yet they refuse to acknowledge them.
Well, didn't Black Panther get some awards?
I want to say that's the only one that really got.
Black Panther did get some awards. You're right, but you think of all the Marvel movies, it should be a lot more.
But
you're right about
Black Panther. Oscars ain't about that, though.
What is it about?
Well, it ain't about special effects and that. I mean, if that was the case, I just don't think they're about that. Maybe they should come up with a summer blockbuster
Josh
movie
Brolin was awesome as, what was his name? What's the big, strong villain?
Thanos.
Sixth Ring. Thanos didn't deserve an Oscar.
If you wear too much of that get up, you don't win the Oscar. So let's look at the best actors and best actresses.
Let's do
for
it.
Best actress, Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Okay. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. I guess she played Lucille Ball in that one. And Kristen Stewart in Spencer.
See,
any of those?
How are the best actors movies not on the best list?
Politics.
It's who knows who. And
but I still love it. I'm still down for it.
Javier Bardem for The Ricardos. I guess he played
Javier Bardem. Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog.
Okay.
Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom.
Okay.
Will Smith in King Richard.
All right.
And
I heard he did great.
Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth as he steps in with a Shakespearean role. Yeah, it just was released.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I'd seen the.
That's my guy. I missed that.
It might be on HBO Max. I think you might be able to watch it.
Might watch it this weekend on your account.
You might want to. For Best Supporting Actress, we have Jessica Buckley for Lost Daughter. I don't know any of these people. We're going to move right along. I mean, I don't know any
Are
of these
the
people.
ones that movies that go to the Bijou over there on Crossroads?
I'm pretty sure.
With the subtitles.
If you know who Sirion Hines is, you've spent some time in the Bijou.
No,
she is the Best Supporting Actress nominated for the movie Belfast. Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography would fit the Marvel universe.
Okay,
You know
let's
what I
talk
mean?
about it.
So Best Cinematography has Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. Didn't even make it in there.
Someone on streamer said Nightmare Alley was phenomenal.
I would like to know if you have seen any of those. Reach out via the socials. Okay. I'm at Rob Thompson ESPN. He is at Rudy J. You can reach out on our YouTube, our Facebook, our SASportsStar.com. But reach out for us, please. Let us know if you've seen any of those. We're waiting for word to see if we're headed over to SoFi.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get an email back. We done RSVP. There's like a little food and beverage going down at SoFi. Because again, we're not going to the game, so I want to see SoFi. It looks beautiful. I want to see it in person, but We don't know yet.
I haven't paid attention to the lines over the last couple of days, but do you get the feeling that I know we're in LA and this is kind of the home field? It doesn't feel like the home field yet. It might in the game. I don't know.
No, it feel again like when we were in the finals, it felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
You walking around the city and you just like, oh, it's on. It doesn't feel like that here. It's just like it's another day in LA. You know what I mean?
It literally is. But do you get the sense that the 2-week rest period that the Bengals have gone through, eventually, this is gravy.
They're ahead of schedule.
It's going to take over. And then at the end, I think the true football fan looking at this goes, the Titans got 10 sacks. What the hell is Aaron Donald and Vaughn going to do? What are they going to do to this poor?
That's what I'm saying. I think this may be the game where they just finally overwhelm Burrow. And not overwhelm where he's just going to be nervous. I'm just saying, like, there's just nothing
you can. Yeah.
This is like Mahomes wasn't nervous last year. He just got overwhelmed. So, and I can see that happening. If the Titans can get 9 sacks on you, these guys got to be able to get 9. That's how I would see it. But I will tell Joe Burrow this. There was a guy by the name of Dan Marino who went to a Super Bowl his rookie year and never saw one again. Yeah, are they ahead of schedule? Yes. Does that mean you're coming back? Absolutely. Matter of fact, you got a better chance of never seeing one again than you do of coming back.
My brother, I could not agree more. I could not. And this feels a little like Marino. It does.
Yeah.
For those that remember that rookie year, he was Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is Marino, doing things, throwing like the likes of which we hadn't seen. Team looked like Marino would be back 15 times.
Yeah.
Never to see the light of day.
Drew Brees only went, he capitalized. Drew Brees only went to 1. Aaron Rodgers has only been to 1. We could keep going.
But let me tell you, if they manage to do it, Joe Burrow we laughed the other day as we walked through the entrance to the NFL experience. They have a mannequin, a dressed full pad mannequin. I believe it's Aaron Donald on one side, and a full pad mannequin of Joe Burrow. But it's like 1.5 scale. Joe Burrow's huge. He's the same size as Aaron Donald. Joe Burrow's big, but Aaron Donald's going to be so close to him all game long. You just wonder how they're going to survive.
Right. So if he does, Rob,
Burrow becomes superstar, the likes of which
Buckeyes, Burrow, LeBron, because the Buckeyes got their titles. LeBron has his for Cleveland. Where you ranking? But we're just talking about the state of Ohio as a whole.
I can tell you
where are you ranking Burrow if he gets one?
Ohio has been so hungry. He will immediately vault himself, not even with LeBron, but 1A. LeBron gets one head start because he's got a generation ahead. But if he wins a Super Bowl, Joe Burrow brings that to Ohio. Even Brown fan.
He's not bigger than Buckeyes, though.
No, he's not bigger than Buckeyes.
Well, I don't know. Well, no, that's different.
Think about how long they have thirsted for a national championship, an NFL title in Ohio. Now, I don't know if Cleveland fan can take pride in Bengal fan winning it. I'm not sure Cowboy fan takes a whole lot of pride if Texan fan gets the Super Bowl. But the state of Ohio,
it may sound stupid, but I think winning one in a Browns uniform would be bigger.
Maybe.
I think Cleveland has more of a gritty football.
More of a cachet. I agree with that. I mean, I don't know what market would be smaller than Cincinnati to play football in. Honestly, I don't know what city.
Is Cincinnati small? I have no idea geographically. I don't know. I don't know
what market is smaller. Green Bay probably, but those two. Buffalo's a little bit bigger and a little bit more. I mean, Cincinnati is a city that if we were polling cities across the country that if nobody had a franchise and we were offering 32, Cincinnati would not be in the top 60. You know what I mean? But if they were redistributing the assets, that's what they do. Hey, let's get you caught up on the headlines as we round in through the third hour. Karl has them collated and ready. Let's do this. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
We have a Woj bomb. This one comes down at 9:11 a.m. today as the Portland Trailblazers and New Orleans Pelicans are in serious discussion on a trade centered on guard C.J. McCollum, sources tell ESPN. talks are ongoing today. We could have our big blockbuster to start off the trade deadline week.
This not including Zion, right? This is probably including Brandon Ingram.
I highly doubt it's including Zion, but you never know.
I'm gonna say this must be something to do with Brandon Ingram, because they're kind of seeing like, okay, if Zion, for whatever reason isn't the same, Brandon Ingram isn't the answer either. So I would think this is Portland's, because remember they did just trade Norman Powell to the Clippers and he dropped 28 last night. So this is an effort to get more scoring, somebody to go alongside of Dame because the Ben thing fell through. I'm wondering who this is for.
This is for both.
It's not Zion though, right?
Well, that was going to be my question.
I don't know.
So
Man, I don't know.
No Pelicans players were named in the tweet.
Yeah. I got you.
If you're Trajan Langdon and you're working, David Griffin, I believe, at least for a bit, I really do think he's a good basketball administrator.
Oh, no, he's a great basketball mind. Yeah, hell yeah.
And I think Trajan Langdon, he's a young GM. This has been a failure.
So we have a Shams bomb now, or Shams grenade or whatever, that follows up literally right now. New Orleans Pelicans are finalizing a deal to acquire Portland's Blazers guard CJ McCollum for a package around Josh Hart and draft compensation.
So it has nothing to do. I don't know where. This is one of those Fisher cut bait times with New Orleans. I don't think that that this entity that involves an oft-injured Zion and Brandon Ingram's ever going to work. I've seen nothing, even when they're both on the court together, that tells me long-term success is imminent. Not since they had a guard.
Look, go ahead.
Now, who was the guard that one of my favorite players in the NBA that New Orleans had a couple years ago? That they Drew
Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Right.
If they can bring in a guy that plays like Holiday, and maybe this is it. That not since then have they looked good together.
He ain't going to defend like Holiday, but he could score like Holiday.
So maybe that's the kicker, but I'm running out of time with this tandem, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 8 months I saw Zion on the move.
Then this to me smells of Portland taking – it's like when I hit one in the woods, right, but I find the ball, but I have no shot, so I just punch out into the middle of the fairway. I'm taking my medicine. This feels like Portland is taking their medicine and they're playing for ping pong balls. Like it hasn't. We've tried CJ and Dame, and it's just not.
No,
it ain't.
not
It's
work.
not that CJ can't play.
No.
It's just like we can't get over the hump with these two. So let's go, Palabalcheto, Jabari Smith. Let's go that route. Let's go ping pong ball route. To me, this is Portland saying, okay, this didn't work. We're gonna take our medicine. We're gonna punch out
because Josh Hart.
Like what?
Alone ain't enough, and they might be building a war chest for another move. Who knows?
Okay, I'll go with that too, Rob.
I mean, who knows?
But this isn't to get the title.
But no, this is not about the title. More bombs to come. We're just
Keep me updated on that, Karl.
We're about
Keep us
36 hours away from the deadline, the NBA trade deadline. Moving on.
Headline 1.
2020 Olympic athletes claims quarantine food is inedible and I cry every day. An Olympic athlete at the 2020 Games in Beijing says the food she's been given during her quarantine period has been so bad she's in physical pain and cries every day. Russian biathlete Valeria Vasintsova, I'll go with that,
well said.
made the claims on her Instagram page. Yeah, probably. Made the claims on her Instagram page this month, attaching a photo and some unappealing food that she says was given while in COVID-19 isolation at her local hotel. The picture appears to show a plate of plain pasta, some meat, a few potatoes, and a sauce, none of which looks incredibly appetizing. In her comment on the picture, Vasintsova trashed the food as inedible and claimed the meal she was receiving for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 5 days already. My stomach hurts. I'm very pale. I have huge black eyes circled around my eyes, and all I want is for this to end. I cry every day. I'm very tired. The lack of nutrition has caused her to drop weight, saying her bones are sticking out already.
What? Okay. It's never good.
Yeah.
But it's every Olympics. I can't remember Olympics yet that somebody wasn't complaining about the food. But this is worse. This is the quarantine lockdown. So, are we surprised that the Chinese have a rather difficult quarantine lockdown?
No, I'm not surprised at all. But dude, she's well past 10 days.
I don't know anything about the situation.
No. What do you mean you don't know about the situation? You told us about it 2 weeks ago. You told us about this young lady.
Yes, she's been in there a bit. If you got to
slipping, Karl, you need to start taking your pea milk more.
You got to test negative.
That's why why isn't she out already? Oh, because no matter what,
you're in until you test negative.
Dude, you can test positive for months.
Yes. Therein lies the rub. You know, it's
girl.
funny.
That's sad.
Tangentially, as we are here, to cover, we all had to be triple vax just to come into the building, to be allowed to cover this Super Bowl. But they have their own levels of security. So if you were to we were with Christian Bowe with USAA. They play a huge role in the Man of the Year award. And there's an award center that's coming up, I believe, Thursday night. And, he's triple vax. He's done everything that he can. But everybody that's going to that is going to have to be tested. And if you do test positive here in California, you got to quarantine and you can't leave. Like if you and if we go test someplace and we test positive, we got to be quarantined and they're not allowed to leave the state till we test negative.
I'm pulling the NFL. I just ain't tested. I'm coming home.
You can see it's those arbitrary things that we try to make sure everybody's testing, but when the ramifications of positivity when you don't feel bad are so significant, you kind of run from the test.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Headline 0.
Super Bowl 56 between the Cincinnati Bengals and Los Angeles Rams is expected to be the most heavily bet game ever, as Super Bowl 56 is setting up to be the most heavily bet game with an estimated $7.61 billion potentially on the line, according to survey results released Tuesday by the American Gambling Association. An estimated 31.4 million American adults plan to bet on Sunday's game between the underdog Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. According to the national survey, data firm Morning Consultant surveyed 2,212 adults in early February on behalf of AGA, which represents the U.S. casino industry. Both projected amounts wagered and the number of bettors are records since AGA began commissioning the annual national survey in 2015.
I'm just going to say it's just because more people are gambling.
Yes,
it's not because
every year it's going to be more.
Yeah, it's going to go up every year. Yes.
But as we sit, Rudy, behind us,
FanDuel is here with the nicest set.
The nicest set in the entire place. I'm talking about with Fox and ESPN and CBS and Yahoo and all the national and Sirius down and XM as well. FanDuel has the biggest and nicest set in the building.
So, that's not a shocker to me.
And it's going to grow. And I don't even think they include. Now, what do we call gambling? Is buying a square gambling?
Yes, I think so. It's gone through a gamble. Yeah.
FanDuel.
Well, did they quantify the square buyer as part of the gambling survey? Or
I don't know,
just
because
guys
that's at home
that are buying props and playing money lines? Because if you include buying a square, 31 million is half of that.
Oh, it'd be like about 10 billion.
Yeah, people that are gambling, that's giving money an expectation with odds to win. That's gambling. Well, we're well over 50% of people laying money on the bowl.
Yeah. Everybody has a square guy.
Everybody.
Everybody has a square guy.
And that's as gambling as anything else.
Well,
moving along.
Oh.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Dude, 5-Hour Energy tastes like Robitussin. It's nasty.
That's one of the reasons you stay awake. It's that bad aftertaste.
It's nasty.
You got
it
bad
works,
taste
but
and
it's
you're nervous.
Nasty.
You get a bad taste in your mouth and you stay nervous.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking Super Bowl. If you know what you're doing and you can guess the score, we got some squala for you. How about some cash for the perfect score? Go to sasportstar.com. You predict the perfect score for the big game on February the 13th. You could win $50,000. Brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Just register online at sasportstar.com. Enter what you think the score to the big game will be, and if you get it right, that perfect-wise, there's $50K coming your way. San Antonio Sports Stars Big Game Perfect Score is brought to you, as always, by Dietz Tractor. Go there all day, every day, and we'll be right back. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Big shout out to Texas Cheer Liquor, one of our fine sponsors for this week. 4 different locations, 2 on Petranco. 1 is right across from Walmart. 1 is past 211. And the third is at Highway 90 in Montgomery. And the fourth is at the Palo Alto exit in the Patron Plaza right next to Walmart. But this month we're focusing on number 3 because on February 17th, the Blitz will be out at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3 from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you haven't got a chance to meet Joe and Jason, February 17th, it's a Thursday, will be your opportunity to do it. And that's the third location at Highway 90 Montgomery. Tastings, deals, camaraderie, good times, laughs, jokes. Always a good time at those remotes. So go and check those guys out. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars. And if you're throwing a party, if you're going to be the guy that invites people over, make sure you stocked up, man. Make sure you stocked up. Don't be trying to get people to bring their bottles and leave them over. Just already have your own. And if you're expecting a bunch of people, don't forget they have the 8-gallon keg and the 16-gallon keg. And for a small fee, if you'd like to, they deliver it to you and they'll come and pick it up. Now that we all like to pay for convenience. So if you need a kegger, hit Texas Cheer Liquor up and get that keg, either the 8-gallon or the 16-gallon delivered. They got Michelob Ultra. They got it all. Go and check them out. And also, like I said, they have the beer, they have the wine, they have the liquor, and they have cigars. So 4 different locations. And a little birdie told me they're going to be adding a few more locations, so stay tuned for that. So check them out on the app or check them out on the website at texascheerliquor.com.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The NBA announced on Monday that Spurs guard DeJounte Murray would be named an NBA All-Star this season as an injury replacement for Warriors forward Draymond Green. With Murray being an All-Star, the Spurs will have had at least one All-Star in 41 of the 45 years the Spurs have been in the NBA. That is the most in that span among NBA franchises. In Texas NBA action tonight, the Dallas Mavericks will be hosting the 12-win Detroit Pistons. That game gets started at 7:30 at the American Airlines Center. And in a thriller in Austin, number 20 Texas Longhorns knocked off 8th-ranked Kansas 79-76 in Big 12 play last night. UT was led by forward Timmy Allen with 24 points, and the Longhorns went on a 7-0 run to end the game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
If you're a guy over 30 and feeling frustrated about your health, listen up. Not feeling yourself lately? Are work and relationships getting you down? Do you feel a lack of energy and focus on the things that matter to you most? All men around age 30 have the potential for their testosterone levels to decline naturally. When that happens, life can feel out of control. If that's you, then it's time to rethink your health with Synergenics Testosterone Replacement Therapy. For more info and to schedule an appointment, head over to 800lowt.com today and get your life back.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. The success rate is staggering. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again, with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. These powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joints, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Finally, a new, different, highly successful approach to dealing with joint pain. Is it time you got a second opinion? Call QC Kinetics now at 210-571-0318 and wake up to a life without pain. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Where will you be on the biggest NFL Sunday? Well, get to Twin Peaks for the best seats made from scratch food and 29-degree cold beer. It's a football fan's paradise. No one wants to sit in the nosebleeds, especially on the biggest Sunday of the season. That's why Twin Peaks is there to give you front row viewing on all the big game with all the great TVs. Who you got, the Bengals or the Rams? Make the call and visit one of the 3 San Antonio Twin Peaks locations this Sunday for the biggest NFL Sunday of the year. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Mics are up. Proper button pushed. I'm down on the other side of my tie line. I'm hitting buttons over here I've never hit.
Yeah.
So we might be broadcasting to some other part of the world. I don't know. I hope we're going back to San Antonio.
That would be cool.
He's Rudy. I'm Rob. Karl Schoening driving his boat till 10 o'clock. We're glad you're with us as we are in Cali for the our annual Super Bowl coverage. I think we're starting to, as we get closer and closer to it, you start really eyeballing the game.
Yeah, we're getting close.
And, I think we've kind of been avoiding the inevitable here. It's a great Bengals story, but they're outmanned.
Are they?
They're outmanned. They are. They don't have nearly the talent that the Rams do.
They have a better offense than the Rams. With Higgins, Boyd, Chase, and Mixon,
yes,
they have the better offense.
I would say they have an equally explosive offense.
For sure.
They have a better running back.
And Kupp is the best receiver. Kupp is going to be the best player on the field all night.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. But I would say Jamar Chase is right there.
Does Ramsey cancel that out?
See, that's what Ramsey talked about yesterday. He said, look, I've been the best corner in the game for a couple years now, and whoever their best receiver is, which lets me know that he knows that Higgins and Boyd can get theirs as well. So he said, whoever their best receiver is, I want to follow him. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Chase. He's not canceling. You're not just shutting down Chase.
No.
You're not just shutting Chase down. It's impossible. Just like you're not going to just shut Cooper down. But Higgins and Boyd versus OBJ in their third, I might take the Bengals, Higgins and Boyd over OBJ and whoever the Rams.
And if Higbee's down, the receiving staff is they'll suffer a bit, I think. But you minus Higbee plus Cam Akers, who I think has made a huge difference in the backfield. That speed to the edge has made a big difference. But I'm not even looking at the offenses. I just don't see how Joe Burrow survives.
If you can't fix that, I forget who I heard talking about it saying, hey, you can't fix that in a week. But if they can somewhat protect him, we're going to have a good game on our hands. And the reason I say that is because the Bengals you're coming in like, dude, we just went to Kansas City and held Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce to 3 points in the second half in their house. Like, you're riding a different type of, like, does the Rams offense don't scare you like the Chiefs offense?
Yeah, but the Rams aren't going to come in arrogant.
Rams almost lost. Rams were down 10 points.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to come in with a little bit more of an attitude. I think Kansas City just kept waiting to flip the switch. I really do. Waiting for Mahomes to make a play. He got arrogant, and, they were still in a position to win this thing. They still had an opportunity, as bad as they played.
Yes, and the same for San Fran. It's like we keep waiting for them to lose.
Yes.
As far as the Bengals, like, they're eventually going. Because even, like, the Raiders were like, you know what, I give them a shot. But then they're not going to Tennessee and winning.
No.
Derrick Henry's
a good run. Yeah, good. Man, we're proud of you. Good run.
Yeah, then you go to Chiefs like, nah, ain't no way. So I guess it's on par. We've been discounting them all playoffs. So why not discount them one more game?
And it's easy to say you're going to get one of two outcomes, but I firmly believe there's two outcomes here. There is either a biblical cowboy Buffalo Bill beatdown.
Oh, I don't want that.
Or we'll have what we've had all playoff, a very close last team with the ball wins kind of football game. I don't see the Bengals anyway getting a 3-touchdown lead and coasting in like I see the Rams being capable of. I don't see the Bengals able to get that kind of lead and then hold on to it and just batter the Rams. I guess it's possible. I just don't see it. I see one of two outcomes, and I just don't see that Bengals offense
being able to stay on the field long enough to get more points, because I think they're going to be a lot of 3rd and longs. I think Burrow's going to get sacked a lot.
He should. I mean, if we're going off what we saw with the Titans and we saw with the Chiefs, he should. I mean, again, you got Leonard Floyd, you got Von Miller, and, of course, that maniac Aaron Donald.
Well,
so they should.
I live on the premise. It's what Chris Christopherson wrote, a lyric that freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And I think that the Bengals, that's their shot. They got nothing to lose.
Nobody's picking.
Nobody cares.
That, right.
The window is wide open for us. Ain't nobody going to be complaining about more money next year. We don't have that imminent. There's not. We're a small market team that's about to strike gold. What does it matter? Let's just go get this. And that's their puncher's chance, because they do have an explosive offense that can put some points on the board.
No. I think their offense, when Joe Burrow is upright, is without Bobby Trees and Robert Woods out. Now, Robert Woods is there, and you got Kupp and you got OBJ, who's finally learned the playbook. Then I consider it a tie. But with Mixon, Boyd, Higgins, Chase, Burrow, it's a matter of keeping them upright. It's a matter of if they keep him upright, what the Rams are going to have their hands full.
Before we head to break, I want to talk about Kyler Murray.
Weird cat.
Kyler Murray.
He's a weird cat.
And I think this kind of goes into the conversation we were just having, because one of the parts of Cincinnati winning is the advent of the era of the Joe Burrow. The advent of the Joe Burrow era that joins the pantheon as we say goodbye to Tom Brady. We elevate Joe Burrow into that upper echelon of about 4 or 5 cats in the NFL that truly have the gravity to affect the league. And I think Burrow would join that as Brady leaves.
Gosh, yes.
So I'm cheering for that. I want new blood. And this, I think, this season more than any other has really introduced us to the next 10 years of what the NFL is going to look like.
It's going to look like
with
Joe
all
Burrow.
These guys.
Yeah.
And it's going to have Joe Burrow. It's going to have Herbert. It's going to have Josh Allen and all the guys that have. And Kyler is one of those guys.
Supposed to be.
Kyler has showed us this year that you're part of what the NFL wants to be for the next 10 years. You're in a great situation, at least from my perspective. You got a coach that has done everything, that was brought in for the sole purpose of keeping you happy. They went and got you a D-Hop. You've got a young Christian Kirk that's played well. You got an A.J. Green that, he's old as dirt and made a mistake, but he's still there. And they've got talent. And we come to find out at the end of the season, and they did kind of coast to the end again.
They did.
That Murray has unfollowed everything to do with the Cardinals. I don't understand it.
I don't understand you never know what's going on. You never know what these guys are asking for behind closed doors. But be clear. It is a very clear and to the point when you unfollow somebody. When you look up and somebody you thought you were friends with, you thought y'all were cool, and if they've unfriended you, it's as stupid as it sounds. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's like, dude, I don't really like you anymore. Like, for whatever the reason may be,
I don't want to see any information of yours
I don't even want to
show up on my device.
Again, I unfollow people or block people all the time. I don't really argue with anybody anymore. I just block you.
Yes.
But him unfollowing his teammates and his team is a big deal. Now, I don't know if I don't know if that necessarily means he's going to end up trying to ask for a trade. I'm not saying that's what that means, but he's clearly unhappy about something in Arizona. The only picture is him. He deleted all his photos except 2. He has a picture of himself in the Oklahoma Sooners uniform, and then he has a picture in his Pro Bowl uniform standing next to CeeDee Lamb in his Pro Bowl uniform. And now they both played at Oklahoma. I know Joe and Jason yesterday were like, "Oh man, maybe he wants to be a Cowboy. He's undefeated in that stadium."
I don't think.
I think it's more of a do with the Oklahoma connection. But why are you going rooting back to Oklahoma when you're a Cardinal? Like,
maybe that's
who unfollows their team though. I see when LeBron did that to the Cavs, he was gone. He ended up leaving.
Well, no, and obviously you never know what's going on in people's lives. You never know.
Right.
But if he's mad and whatever was the reason for him to unfollow, he was slighted or something happened, as a general manager, I look at the situation you're in and I go, well, you got a coach that was hired exclusively and solely for you.
Right.
Well, he was already
yes, but with the intent.
Kingsbury was there. He had Rosa, but then when
this was a marriage that was organized, it was a planned marriage.
They hired him because they wanted.
It was
Murray.
going to be a match.
Absolutely.
And then they go out and get a receiver. And then they go out and go defensive side. And then they do everything they can to get you ready. And it doesn't work, and you want to leave. If I'm a general manager, I don't think I can do much more for you than they did. What's to tell me if I'm going to sign you this deal, you're going to get mad at me?
Yeah.
That's my attitude about if you had a justified reason, at least in your mind, that we could kind of understand, then maybe I'd talk to you. But I can't see why you're mad. I don't know what else. Go ahead.
He also transferred out of Texas A&M after his freshman year.
Well, see, there's that. That's what I'm saying. So there becomes this pattern of no matter where you go, you're not going to be happy. And the moment you can ripcord it, I'll be next. Now, that's not the real world. That's not the real NFL world. Your history is like your search history. You can erase it. We'll discount what you did because, like, Antonio Brown's going to have a job next year. I think he's going to have a job next year.
You do?
I do.
He probably
will have a job.
He probably will.
So you get to erase your history.
Yeah.
We get to go back and that ugly stuff we get rid of. But quarterback's a different story. That is a franchise investment that
we're following the Bengals and Rams all the way to LA. Live all week leading up to the big game. Don't miss a minute all week long. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds, Inside Out, Texas Chia Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Carzeus.com. That's CarZeus.com. It is the best option for you if you're trying to sell your vehicle privately. You go to Carzeus.com, upload the photos of your vehicle, let them know about the condition of your car. Someone will text you. They'll text you an offer to that vehicle. Then you set your appointment. That appointment is at 11 a.m. You will be out of there by 12 p.m., possibly with the check in hand if you like the offer. If you don't like the offer, they're not going to hassle you. They're not going to be harassing you. You have 5 days and 500 miles, though, and that offer could change. Also, another great thing about Carzeus, if you owe money, don't be scared if you owe money on your car. They've helped a lot of people out of financial crunches. Around 60% of their business is done with people that owe money on the vehicle. So it's also San Antonio born and raised. It's no corporate red tape. This isn't a commission paid job. Everybody is there to help you. When it's your appointment, it's all about you. So go and check them out. Go to Carzeus.com. Carzeus.com. That's CarZeus.com.
This is your Wendy's wake-up call. Start your day with a better breakfast and get a free drink with any of our morning-making breakfast sandwiches. That's your favorite drink in a Wendy's cup, free. Fresh brewed coffee, free. Diet Coke, free. Vanilla Frosty Chino, that's cold brew plus Frosty Creamer plus free. So don't sleep on this deal. Get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free when you buy any breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's. On the card only. Offer valid upon request on lowest price qualifying item. Not valid for third-party delivery.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Close your eyes in Chicago, and you can hear the sound of zebra braying in Africa. Look hard out your window in D.C., and you can see the snow-covered peaks of the Andes. The world is that small. We are that connected. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it all.
Hi, my name is Aaron, and I'm a survivor of mannequinism.
Mannequinism is basically when you turn into a hard plastic shell. It started when I didn't register to vote. And then I stopped volunteering, and before I knew it, I wasn't doing anything. And that's when I found a small patch of plastic on my right shoulder.
Protect yourself from mannequinism. Log on to fightmannequinism.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Marissa, are you ready yet? You are not missing school again. Marissa! All right then, hit it.
Hey, whatever it takes, don't let your friends drop out. A real friend can make all the difference.
Cut that noise, yo! I'm coming!
For more ways to help, go to OperationGraduation.com.
Hi, my name is Aaron, and I'm a survivor of mannequinism. Mannequinism is basically when you turn into a hard plastic shell. It started when I didn't register to vote. And then I stopped volunteering, and before I knew it, I wasn't doing anything. And that's when I found a small patch of plastic on my right shoulder.
Protect yourself from mannequinism. Log on to fightmannequinism.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it all. A public service message from EarthShare and the Ad Council.
The Bengals and the Rams are headed to LA for the big game. We've got you covered all week long, live from Los Angeles. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Chia Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on Halftime today at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is Halftime. Rob and Rudy out in LA for our big game coverage. We lost them. In fact, as I understand it, by having a quick conversation with Rudy and Rob during our break, Hey, we might actually have them back. Gentlemen, y'all good?
We're back.
Hey, I was about to tap dance for 5 minutes. How y'all doing?
I'd like to have seen the tap.
I believe in your tap dancing, Karl.
Well, hey, just go ahead and
Yes,
give our sponsors a plug real quick, because I was going to look up like trade rumors or something along those lines. CJ McCollum, it's funny, the thing going on with Woj and Shams right now. Shams says that it's almost a done deal. Woj says they hope that it can get done today, but they still have details to work out. So it's a funny little social media spat between those
Going
two.
back and forth.
But it does. I think it is safe to say that the deal's going to go down.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I hope I hope this is the domino. I want to see some movement. This season seems a little stale. I want to see the Lakers make a move. I want to see Chicago make a move. I want to see Philadelphia make a move.
See, it doesn't. You can't feel it right now because Kawhi's out and Paul George is out. But them getting Norman Powell is huge. That's a third score. Again, but we won't get the full effect of it.
Right.
And it also, because Kawhi's not coming back this season, it makes them fairly competitive when Paul comes back from his elbow.
I completely agree with all that.
I'm not a contender, but just like tough out. But makes them a tough out when Paul gets back.
If we get past the trade deadline and Ben Simmons is still not doing anything.
He ain't going nowhere.
Let's still talk about what's going on in Sacramento. They don't make a move. And all those guys, they've been shopping.
Yeah.
If the Pacers don't make a move and Sabonis and Turner aren't on the move, if the Spurs don't make a move, we're going to have to make it a little bit easier to make a move. Yeah. It feels like this year more than others, there are so many teams with questions. Because there is no runaway this year. There's 5 teams right now that could easily win it.
Yeah.
So the ones that go all in, like we've seen in the NFL, if you go all in like the Rams did, it can pay off.
Yeah, Milwaukee Nets, Golden State, Phoenix. What's up, Karl?
I just go a little behind the scenes thing.
Oh, my bad.
So when we come up to the deadline, I like to see this be the first domino. I want to see Miles Turner or Sabonis move. I want to see Ben.
Well, depending on where those two go, that's a game changer.
Yes.
If they go to a real legit contender, that's a game changer.
Think about the guys that we're talking about that are available to move that will genuinely are worth 5-10 wins. I mean, just because they walk in the building, they will add those kind of wins to your season, and they're available. And you look at what the Rams did, they are all in on this year. The future be damned. We've got it now. Let's go get it. And I think there's 5 teams out there that if they do it right, they get the right move, they move the right piece, they could be in it. I hope they follow the NFL template and make the move.
I hope so, because it's been kind of stale, like you said. So we're going to have to wait and see.
We want to thank all the folks that have helped us get here. San Antonio Sports Stars Radio Road coverage is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. As always, Nearside app, Texas Cheerlicker. Thanks for everything, AB. The Dano's Dangerous has gone down smooth. And Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Don't forget about halftime getting going. I believe Jimenez has a very special guest coming by, right? Some kind of TikTok star at some point.
Is she coming on with him? I think
she's going to be coming on with him.
Oh, good for him. I know he was excited about meeting her.
We're going to go see if we can taste some food over at SoFi. We're going to find some Hollywood types, maybe.
I hope.
We're going to go tour around, and we're going to look at the tape. We're going to practice real hard and do our very best to get better. Don't forget, Michael and Minnis at halftime gets going at noon. We want you following all day long on the socials. If you haven't liked, listened, or shared to what we're doing, make sure you continue to do that. Go to SA Sports Star. Get yourself registered for that perfect score. $50,000 is in the offing.
Whew. I need that.
So we're going to head off into the ether. We need to go to the beach today.
The beach?
I think we need to see one of the Santa Monica.
Okay.
Redondo.
Okay.
Go see the beer.
We'll see. Whatever, man. Hey, you know me. I'm like water.
Fill in the space.
like water.
Fill in the space is what we do.
I was like, wonder what's going on.
We fill. We
I was like, whoa. Okay.
This is what we do.
I was like, what?
You're supposed to hit that lob back.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing the music and I'm looking at you. I was like, how long are you going to do this?
Hey, thanks for hanging
We're about
with
to
us.
go on radio in L.A.
Yeah, we got to get busy. This has been the Blitz. R&R. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hello.
The Institute for Functional Health is waiting on us. We're sitting last night. It's very funny. We're sitting last night and we turned to Joe Reinagel and so, you're going to start looking like us radio guys. And that's really a misnomer because radio guys are getting in shape much like I am. I started going to Dr. Jacob Torres with the Institute for Functional Health several years back and have found over the time that when you mention diet to guys like me, we immediately kind of turn away and say, I'm not ever going to diet. And it's become a 4-letter word. If you have reached a stage in your life where it's time for you to lose weight, whether medically or aesthetically, you're just tired or how you look or how you feel, I want you to consider Dr. Torres and his weight loss methods. He is a GP. He's a physician. But more so, he is also a weight loss expert that understands that everybody's different. He applies medical knowledge to an everyday thing. This is not an off-the-grass kind of a program. It is based in medicine and really on your history. Your medical history plays a huge role in how you lose weight and how you gain weight. Once you pinpoint that, losing weight is not that difficult. It is maintaining the process. So the key is putting yourself in a program that works and fits for you, and that's what Dr. Torres is great about. 4 years later, I'm down nearly 60 pounds. I feel good about how I look and I'm not done, but I have found that I can live with this, and that's really the key. So if you've tried diets in the past and end up heavier than you were when you started, if you have gone on over and over trying things and finding a little bit of success, I want you to call Dr. Torres. Dr. Jacob Torres in the IFFH. Go check out the website, take the functional test, but you won't know until you call. 1-800-404-6050. Make the call. IFF Health. Meet Dr. Torres. Find out what I know, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
San Antonio Sports Star is headed to L.A. Get the latest news, moves, analysis, and world-class roster of guests all week leading up to the game. Morning, halftime, and the Blitz all live from Los Angeles.
Joining us now, the Moves, Daryl Johnston. We get to talk to Michael or DeMarcus Ware joining us now.
Don't miss a minute all week long. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipes.